ban and protect process for evac hardpoint. First thing H2K will always do is get rid of that afterburner perk, slow the game down a little bit, make it a bit more slower paced. We'll see if TK decides to go after something like the Shiva. That's certainly something H2K have put some good use into that weapon. And in fact, at UMG, they took out Optic Gaming solely on the back of the Shiva.
Yeah, we see a lot of action there on perk 1. Gonna have Afterburner in Overclock go. Flak Jacket gonna be the choice. In that perk slot, you can have Rapid Fire go. Expect High Caliber to leave the game as well. This is a perfect opportunity for H2K to protect the Shiva, so they're gonna get rid of stock. Very interesting. That's just to try and slow down Gunjar, because I think you slow down Gunjar, these are easy wins for H2K and Respawn.
Yeah, I think Gunjar has been the best performer on this TK team, at least in terms of slaying. He's always seems to be their lead slayer as Nezo goes ahead and he bans out that HCXD. So with the lethal grenades still in, I mean, maybe you don't even see players run Flak Jacket, but we'll see how they decide to make their classes. But there goes the flashback from lethal. The Shiva is still in play. And if that's in play, the guys on H2K, they're going to use it.
I mean, there's no reason to protect it. It's going to get in now. So, no, this is a great one.
Like
H2K can end up keeping stuns in, and they could end up getting the Shiva. This is a huge win in the ban of protect for H2K.
Yeah, I wonder what Fizzer's going to do here. He's kind of like, well, everything kind of went our way.
So
Might as well take out the concussion. So when it comes to perk 3, you don't have to run Tac Mask. When it comes to perk 1, sure, you could run Flak Jacket, but even trophy systems, they're going to do just fine against any lethal grenades that go your way. You don't have to worry about that HCXD. None of the abilities really get targeted, so Kinetic Armor makes it through. Fizzer might even choose to use Overdrive here. We've seen him kind of experiment with that a little bit. Fears, second to his tried and true Annihilator.
Well, this is a good one to use Overdrive on, from a standpoint that you can, hit those rotations a little bit later and use Overdrive, and you're able to get to the other side of the map right away. Lacefield going to go with Heat Wave. You expect that out of him. He's going to be a player pushing into the hills, really causing chaos. Legal goes Purifier, so you think Fizzerp goes Kinetic. And then on the side of...
Yeah, I definitely choose Kinetic over Overdrive.
Yep, on the side of Team Kaliber, you think a Scythe. Yep, there you go. Kinetic over Overdrive, and then a Scythe. So no Overdrive. You got really the biggest difference. You don't have a Purifier on the side of TK, which that is one that we've seen a lot of teams go with the Purifier on this map.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 2-2 split for H2K. Only one weapon for the side of Team Kaliber. And I don't know, man. We were talking a bit about it in the first series. And, speaking the Purifier over the Scythe, you saw TSM decide to use that. However, TK, they used the Scythe over the Purifier. I got to say, the Purifier had a pretty kind of high impact effect on the game. At least I saw it have a bigger effect than the Scythe did.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I think the Purifier on a map like Evac, on a map like Breach, I think it's definitely a must.
A must.
Okay. In Hardpoint. Hardpoint.
Yeah.
I think, this map, obviously the second Hardpoint, you're able to really make the Purifier.
Even
useful.
Glass as well.
The first one, Glass, I think. That's 3 Hardpoints that you can really do some nice things with that weapon. That on this map, you don't have those. I mean, outside of that third Hardpoint, you don't have those long lines of sight where you can really, put the Scythe to good use.
I mean, maybe if you, position yourself, top Glass with the Scythe, maybe you're trying to anchor over on Helipad.
Yeah.
I think, and that's the case with, all the specialist weapons. There are certain situations and, certain kind of moments in the game where you're like, wow, I would really like a Scythe right now.
Yeah.
But I always go back to the term consistent use. I think you're going to get better consistent use out of the Purifier on Evac Hardpoint than you will the Scythe.
There's much more situations I think you'll find the Purifier useful than the Scythe. Going into the series, Revan, got to get your prediction. Who do you like in this?
I said it a little bit before, but H2K are favored in this series. TK, they've just been struggling, and I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith in this squad. Just, you talk about TK Magic. Back in Black Ops 2, there's just a certain something about this specific squad that I'm not sure if they lost it. A lot of things just seem to be going wrong for this TK squad, so I think H2K takes it. I think it'll be something like a 3-0 or a 3-1.
Gonna have to agree with you. I think this is a TK team that I think, quite frankly, they needed to make a change a little bit ago. I think when you get to a point where you've lost 5-6 games, you need to make a change. We didn't see that. Now I just think...
However, to be fair, H2K, they went on a 7-game loss spree. They didn't make any...
Yeah, but we saw good things from them early. We saw a 3-0 start. We saw them lose some really heartbreaking games. I think for TK, something that where it wasn't working, players probably not too happy with the situation. I think it's something that probably would have been best for all if they would have made a change a little bit earlier in stage 1. But it's Evac Hardpoint. loading up now. Who the players look out for in this first map?
On the side of H2K, definitely this guy that we're going to be kicking things off with, Lacefield. On the side of TK, gotta be Gunjar. He's been, in my eyes, their best performer. But at the start, Theory opens things up with first blood for his team, as it's just going to be a bloodbath here near the middle hard point. TK with early control, but we'll see if they can maintain it.
Now, you know, the stock gets banned in the ban and protect phase, Revan, obviously.
Yeah.
How big of an impact is stock in this game as compared to, you know, a Black Ops 2?
In Black Ops 2, I felt like the stock was definitely more effective, but anytime you could have an attachment that will kind of aid your movement as an assault rifle player, especially when you're aimed down sight, you're going to want to use it, even if it doesn't make like as much of an impact as it did, you know, in previous games. Anything that helps will definitely help you. And Gunjar, he's like, well, that stock ban kind of is going to slow me down enough that I'm going to start out with a VMP here.
Yeah, and you see Neslo get off to a really nice start. 4-0. So he's going to be trying to set up for this next hard point. You're going to see Fizzerp fly into the hill. He's going to pick up one. Neslo's going to get shot in the back. Has to be careful. He's 125 off of a dart. So his streaks are going to be dart, Hellstorm, and then Cerberus. You like that loadout?
I don't really know how I feel about the dart in something like Hardpoint, but, you know, maybe if he just kind of hides and uses the dart to cover his teammates, especially because, you know, maybe the guys over on H2K, they might not be using Blackjack, etc. I could certainly see the dart getting some use. Don't mind the Hellstorm missile at all, and the Cerberus is great.
I think, personally, as you see, the kill feed just being dominated by H2K. Anything that takes you away from your actual, you know, physical player where you're able to shoot and whatnot, I'm not a fan of. And I think when you have to control the dart, especially in a respawn game mode, takes you out of that for so long. I'm more of a fan of the Lightning. Even if the Lightning is not as effective as in previous games, I definitely think it's a better option.
I could definitely see your reasoning behind that, and that is something that certainly concerns me about using the dart in something like Hardpoint. But if your team has complete control, like on one side of the map, I think sure, you might be able to see it get some use, but time now expires over on the kitchen hardpoint. We're moving straight forward over towards the vents, and already we're seeing players start to fall off the map. You saw Gunjar a little bit earlier fall off. Now Fear's here as his early control will go to TK. Nezel already has Heatwave to use here as they're going to retake the lead. It's going to be up to H2K to set up to break.
And you're going to see Nezel watching that lower wall run. It's a spot that we see a lot of players come to. So H2K was able to take the lead in that second hard point, and now it's TK taking it right back as they get up here early to that third hard point. You see Fears and Legal winning some kills. Nobody able to get any time, though, for H2K. You see Fizzerp and Lacefield answer back. Kills just being exchanged. Nobody even in the hill for either team. Now you're going to see TK win 3 gun engagements, and you know, it's going to be H2K getting in control of this hill, even though TK controls the spawn. This has been a really weird hill.
Yeah, you know, normally when we talk about TK and Gunjar slaying, like, he's having a bit of a rough start here, man. 6 and 12. Look for him to step up in the later stages of the game, but There's really stepping up for his team as he's been using primarily the assault rifle this game. He's 11 and 6. He's got camo to use if he wants to help his teammates break the hard point. Something I haven't really seen from the guys on H2K is no Shiva out just yet.
No, and they're a team that we see use the Shiva all the time. Maybe it's just this map that, you know, evac is a little bit of a, you know, more of a close range map. Don't want to really use the Shiva too much. But you see right there a bunch of abilities burned by TK.
Oh.
You see a heat wave come in from Neslo. He's able to get 2, but he's taken out right away by Lacefield. Lacefield not able to win a second fight on Gunjar. It's going to be Fizzer, long range with the Kuda, able to take out Sharp. I love the Kuda personally at range. I think it's probably, you know, the best overall SMG.
Right, the Kuda really good at range. The VMP a bit kind of better up close. Both have their pros and cons. Lacefield choosing to use the VMP as Sharp. He picks up some big kills for his team. TK once again starting to build themselves a little bit of a lead. They'll be able to go up by around 25 points as Gunjar breaking his way inside the hard point. He finds Fizzer, turns around, gets the second on the legal. And this is what we want to see from Gunjar as he picks up 3. Not enough ammo left to go for the 4th. But picking up kills like that as kinetic armor gets popped by Fizzer, and just like that, H2K break in. All 4 members for them inside the hard point for a brief moment as they retake control.
It's like you can't rely on Gunjar to make plays like that. You see Fears with the Annihilator. He may be the best player with the Annihilator we have in the Pro
I can
Division.
agree with that.
In the Pro Division, a lot of players who are going to be that AR Slayer, they're going to want to use, you know, the Scythe. Fears one of the best with the Annihilator. You
So
see
flashy.
why he picks up 2 with it. Yeah, he's not afraid to be mobile with it as well. Just has a great feel for, you know, where to knock down those shots. Picks up 3 kills with the Annihilator. You know, getting closer towards that lightning strike. He's going to pick it up. Now he's actually going to get that lightning strike be huge if Fierce can get streaks, not able to pick up that next kill. And, you know, you played against this guy in the past.
It's not
Fierce, very talented player. Talk a little bit about him.
He's really just like a raw slayer. Like, you know, you talk about somebody like Saints who guarantees you X amount of kills per game. Fierce is that kind of player. You don't expect them to touch the objective wall at all in really any game mode. He's been certainly getting his hands dirty a little bit more as of late. You see him in the hardpoint here, but most of the time he's just looking to kill as many people as possible. I mean, you think back to Black Ops 2, right? You know, during like one of the very first tournaments, the Frag Cup. Fierce using the orbital VSAT, one of the only players to obtain that specific score streak so many times, and that's certainly a one that has a huge impact on the game.
And a lot of people forget, you know, he's on that complexity team in Black Ops 2 with Aches, TP, and Crimsix that obviously, you know, they went on to make some roster moves, but it just kind of shows you the caliber of player of Fierce. You know, the type of players he's played with in the past, and it's definitely the thing with him is how he progresses as the game goes on, right? You know, as we get into stage 2, get closer towards COD champs, how does he play then? That's the thing with Fierce. He's been very good at the beginning of games. How he keeps going and progressing as the game goes on is what you want to look out for with Fierce.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking a bit about this specific game, H2K, they've been pretty late on the majority of rotations here. They've always been setting up the break. Fortunately, they have this lightning strike to fall back on from Fierce. He picks up 2, Lacefield finds the 3rd, and H2K, they've just been doing a great job at chaining kills together, right? You know, once Fierce starts to heat up, he finds 1, then his teammates chip in just like that as 3 go down for Team Kaliber once again. Just a good kind of series of events and teamwork coming out of H2K here.
Well, you can totally see why that happens for H2K, because if you've seen these guys play at LAN in person, when 2 or 3 of their teammates start to get hot, everybody starts to pick it up. They start screaming. They get hyped. This is a team I really like a lot.
Yeah, H2K is so talented, especially in that search and destroy game mode. Usually it comes down to, you know, how do they still respawn away from their opponents, but, you know, they've really been putting in the work and respawn as of late, and you can see it starting to pay off at times, you know, especially in their uplink and CTF hardpoint. They still have some things to figure out in this game mode, but right now they have around a 20-point lead over Team Kaliber, but once again, TK, they're on top of their rotation. It's just a matter of how can they control the hardpoint and pick up these kills as H2K set up to break.
Legal's going to play this a little bit slower. He's going to wait for this one player to come around the corner. Goonjar is going to challenge him, win that engagement. I think Legal, his thinking there was if he had teammates come down from those mid stairs, would have taken eyes off of that spot on the map, would have been able to get a lot closer to that hard point, make a play. It's a good hold thus far from TK, though. You see the spawns coming in from H2K. Could not spawn out any further. This is one. Looks like TK is going to be able to take the lead back.
Yeah, TK did a great job on this specific hardpoint, just pushing out both sides. And you could see H2K, they're pretty much spawning on the other side of the map. As you were saying, they couldn't be spawning further away. So it was really sharp, and I believe it was Nezlo just, they pushed out both sides of the hardpoint, and they pick up some crucial kills. That's going to allow TK to retake the lead and start to build one themselves. As if they lock onto this remaining time, they'll be up by around 20 points themselves. So as we move back to the final middle hardpoint of the game, it's going to be TK once again. They win rotation, they have early position, and it's going to be up to H2K to break into the hardpoint and take control.
This is one that, you know, I don't want to say H2K, they've kind of played it wrong, but a little bit they have. You know, they haven't rotated early. You figure they've just kind of been relying on their gun skill to break into these hills. And
is that
you know,
because
TK,
they haven't had an assault rifle here to maybe lock down the spawns or lead the rotation for their team?
Well, it's kind of odd, right? They ban the stock, and then they kind of go away from having the assault rifle player. Nezlo is going to get full streak, so he's going to have a Cerberus, Hellstorm, and a Dart. Probably going to see those come in towards, you know, the 3rd hill. Maybe use the Cerberus a little bit earlier than that, but it's going to be H2K in control of this hardpoint. Here you see the Dart, so let's
kind
see
of used like an HC.
I guess.
Oh.
But the HC is actually easier to earn than the Dart, and if it's going to give you the same effect, you might as well use the HC.
It got banned out.
Oh, that's true. It did get banned out. So you're going to see rotation going over towards Kitchen. H2K trying to make the comeback here. TK going to pick up some big kills. Nezlo not able to get anybody with that Hellstorm, his teammates. So in control of the hill, he's going to have one gunfight directly in front of him. Going to win that one very easy. Now going to jump up, challenge the players in the hill. Nezlo winning a bunch of key gunfights, able to take the hill back in favor of Team Kaliber.
Now he's about to re-enter his Dart. If he can pick up this kill, yes, he can. Only 75 points away from another Hellstorm missile. Kind of whiffs on that first one, but he gets it done with the VMP in his hand as he's going to get challenged here. And there you go. Gets another Hellstorm to use. So he gets one just as quickly as he uses that. It's going to be TK surging late in the game. They have the biggest lead I've seen from them in this entire map. as they go up by 50 points. Plus, you still have Kinetic Armor, which just gets popped here by Sharp just to make sure he gets that kill on the Fears, trying to milk the remaining time. And H2K, they need to continue pushing here. Nezo, I believe, still has that Cerberus, but he might not even have a chance to call it in here.
No, we may never even see it get into play, as Team Kaliber is going to win a bunch of gunfights over in this Kitchen Hill. Believe they're still going to be 1 second away on the rotation, so
there's a chance.
there is still a chance. I actually believe Team Kaliber is going to win this. I can't see a world in which they don't.
Never thought I would hear those words come out of your mouth, Mr. X.
Why? I've been a fan of TK in the past. I just don't think they've been good recently. I don't think anyone can really say they've been good recently. As
this is true.
TK, Neslo winning 2 more gunfights. I feel like we kept saying that over and over again. TK is going to win this one. 250, 188. So Team Kaliber looking strong there in game 1. Going to see if they can keep that momentum going in the rest of the series. They were at, what, 2-0 last night against DT? And then they end up losing that series. Want to see them kind of rebound from that loss.
Yeah, for sure. So H2K, they start out the series strong. Like to some key slaying from really Nezo. He was able to surge big kind of late in that game. I think it really started on that glass hardpoint. That's when TK kind of, found their way to build themselves a lead. You have Nezo as well as Sharp. They push out both sides of glass. Gunjar and Theory only need to watch middle. They force H2K to spawn on the complete opposite side of the map. TK then go on to win the middle hardpoint. They win the rotation to Kitchen as well. And that's where you saw them close out the game.
Yeah, Neslo, for me, really was the guy who stepped up. Said Gunjar had like a little bit of an off game at the beginning. Neslo really picked it up in the slaying department. Take a look at the scoreboard. Once we're able to look at it, it's just popping up right now. And it's really Neslo, the man for Team Kaliber. He finishes 33 and 20, 8 defends. Gunjar actually brought it back. He finishes 31 and 36, 11 defends as well. And Sharp had a fantastic game as well. I mean, Sharp's a player who's gotten, a lot of criticism over the last, month or so. How is his play? Holding the team back. Sharp has a good game here in game 1. Love Sharp, one of the best players we have, in the entire Call of Duty competitive scene. The guy has just been great. And see, Lacefield has a good game for H2K, just not enough.
And that's what you need from TK, right? Sharp has a good game. They're able to kind of take pressure off of Gunjar. Somebody else steps up and helps them out. Normally we look at Sharp or Theory. It was Sharp there, but Theory was taken over early on. For a good portion of that game, he was double positive.
Yeah, he did a good job with the assault rifle. When the stock gets banned out, Goon actually ends up running the SMG for majority of that game, it seemed like. Theory takes over that primary AR role, and he's able to, win some key gunfights in and around the hills. Did some nice things for his team. So how does TK look in this map number 2? Really going to be a decider for me. H2K, team that we say is good in S&D, we actually don't know. Fizzer, we say he's great in S&D, just has not been too strong.
Not been his usual self.
We've seen them on Redwood before. We know how they're going to set up. They're going to play guys outside of B. They're going to try and nade over onto the bomb on the defensive side. Who do you favor in this map 2?
I think, once again, H2K, just their search and destroy game has been on point recently.
Yeah.
And when we talk about kind of bans and protects, which we're close to hopping into, fully expect to see the Shiva get banned out here. This is a great map to put the Shiva to use.
This is a very good map for the Shiva. But as we go forward in the series, Fringe, that's a good Shiva map. Then we see Evac again. That's one that's probably not going to make too much of a difference on the CTF. The Shiva doesn't come into play too much in the series at all, I think.
Well, we'll see if it makes it through here. I remember watching them go up against Optic Gaming on this map, and they just picked them apart kill by kill with that Shiva. So I definitely think that's something TK should look at targeting here. Just take it out. You think we're going to see any snipers come into play here? Maybe Theory?
The Theory's a very talented sniper. I feel like people kind of forget about him when we talk about some of the best snipers in the game. Theory, very talented. See if he pulls out the SVG or the Locust. On the side of H2K, not really many snipers. We've seen Bizzard pull it out before.
Saw him pull it out in CTF one time.
Yeah, I don't know how much use we see of the sniper on the side of H2K. I think they'll probably stick to their guns. I don't think we're going to see much snipers. I wouldn't mind seeing Theory pull it out for a TK.
All right, we'll see if the snipers get targeted. Of course, normally the bans we see, you could see the SVG get straight up banned out. Could see Overkill targeted, maybe the thermal sight. Are there any kind of specialist abilities you think will get banned out here? H2K, they don't really like playing with Kinetic.
I was going to say, we've seen Kinetic go in Search and Destroy. I don't know if it goes in this one. Okay. I think it probably stays. I think you'll definitely see stuns, flashes. I think you'll see high caliber rapid. I think you'll see the Shiva go.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense for the Shiva to go if your Team Kaliber. And then potentially some stuff maybe Overdrive goes. Overdrive's one that's pretty popular on Redwood, Search
Yeah.
and Destroy.
You can certainly cover a lot of ground, especially early in those rounds. You know, maybe even attacking that A bomb site, kind of throw off the timing for that defensive
Don't
player.
don't be surprised if we see like H2K go after trophy systems, because what they'll try and do on defense is they'll say Fizzurp outside of that, lab room by that B bomb site, and he'll just keep tossing nades over onto that B bomb site. A lot of teams, they've used trophies to defend it, don't want to use flak. If you end up, getting rid of trophies, you're going to force them to use flak on that position. Definitely puts the team in a very difficult spot.
What if you kind of chain two bans together? You ban out flak, then immediately after you ban out trophies.
That's true. Could do something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if you see TK try and ban out some of the nades.
Okay. Do they go after the HCXD again?
Probably.
I think the HCXD, you just get so much information for it, and it's such a cheap score streak. It doesn't take too much kind of score to earn. You earn it very quickly. You kind of use it, fly across the map. You get the big red boxes when you see an enemy. You can kind of use the third-person ability as well.
Yep.
I always love seeing the HCXD get banned.
Yeah, I think I could potentially see frags banned. I think that would be the one for me, a Team Kaliber. If you've watched H2K play in the past, definitely want to limit their ability to just nade you off of those bomb sites.
Yeah.
So just waiting for the players to start this one up. Everybody's in the lobby. Everybody seems to be all good. Just waiting for them to get in the ban and protect phase. I think TK, this is obviously a must-win series, but can they potentially win this series and then get back into that top 8?
Like we were saying before, it's tough. There are 4 weeks left, so 8 total matches for them.
Yep.
They kind of need to win, I would say, 80% of their matches if they want to try to find a way.
They need to go, well, this one would be 9. You see, Fear's going to protect the Shiva there first. I think if they were to win this one, they need to go on like a 7-1 run or like a 6-2 run to have a chance.
Yeah, I would say 6-2 might be the magic number for them, but the Shiva getting protected here from Fears, that's going to have a huge impact on this game. As immediately Theory goes after High Caliber, there's the thermal sight from Fizzurp, but Sniper is still in play, couldn't still see them get used, but the thing about banning out the thermal opens up smoke grenades from being used here from Fizz.
That's what I was talking about a little bit pre-game, potentially could see the frag grenades go, the hands of TK. They get rid of those in this one, don't want Fizzurp to just nade them off those bomb sites. But you're H2K, you get the Shiva in, it's a good play for you. Fizzurp gets rid of the thermal. You're going to see Kinetic be in play. I think these last 2 players potentially could be stuns. Flashes at the hands of Goon. Do we see stuns go at the hands of Lacefield? So with Kinetic gone, you figure you're going to run Camo, Heatwave, Vision Pulse, potentially Overdrive that stays in.
That seems to be a good balance. So waiting to see what Lacefield's going to do here with 10 seconds remaining. It's going to be the overkill ban from him. Okay, so Shiva MR6, maybe Shiva Elcar, Shiva RK5, all very good options as we move into the specialist draft.
Well, it's also a good one because in case Theory was going to snipe, you don't know if he's going to snipe. I think that's a good kind of safe ban to where if you get rid of the SVG, sure, he can run with the Locust. Still have Overkill at this point. You want to get rid of Overkill. You see Theory, he's going to take Overdrive. You expect an Overdrive on both sides. Vision Pulse on the side of Fears. And you have Sharp going active Camo.
Yeah, Fizzurp also picks that Overdrive for H2K.
Yeah, I expect Neslo, this is going to be a Heat Wave, and then it's going to be Vision Pulse. And then you figure Lacefield rounds so now with Heat Wave. Yep, Heat Wave, Vision Pulse, yep.
Mirror matchup.
Mirror matchup. Nothing too shocking there. Anything in the ban and protect phase you like from one team versus the other?
I like the Shiva protect from H2K.
Yeah.
I think they're probably like the best team I've seen with the Shiva. Probably because they play with it the most out of any team, and they certainly put it to good use. So I'm curious to see if anybody from TK is actually going to bring it out. Maybe Gunjar?
Goon doesn't strike me as a Shiva player.
No, he's more of like an M8 kind of guy.
Yeah, but I think if there's one team, that's going to use the Shiva effectively on this one, it's going to be H2K. They're going to play at range with it, obviously. That, versus an M8, you'll take that Shiva every day in those long-range engagements where I think it might even force a player like Goon, who doesn't really go towards the Shiva, going to stick with the M8 to have to use the Shiva.
And because thermals get banned out, I said, smoke grenades are going to be super useful. Maybe TK brings out the smokes just to kind of close the gap between them and the Shiva players.
So something interesting we see in a lot of other shooting games is they'll use smokes to just block off areas. They won't use smokes to just kind of make those pushes and whatnot. Call of Duty, we see a lot of players, they'll use the smokes to
kind of run through it.
Yeah, get on the bomb and whatnot. Do we see smokes kind of evolve to where, they get thrown, and they just block off doorways, and you're able to just kind of.
I think players use smokes in
Make easier
those
plays.
manners as well.
Yeah.
I think smokes can be very kind of dynamic in Call of Duty. You can use them to
Yep.
block off lines of sight, to kind of close the gap between players, or use it as like an element of surprise.
Yeah, I think definitely smoke's something we're going to see more often, and better uses in Search and Destroy. Do you think you see smokes at all in other game modes? We see it sometimes
We
in
do see it from
CTF.
time to time.
Don't think we see it as much in Uplink. Hardpoint, I'm surprised you don't see smokes as much.
I mean, really go to Killa and Fizzerp to kind of
Yeah.
make waves happen and kind of change the thinking of the other players, because there's certainly some of the players that use it the most.
Yeah, without a doubt. And players just editing their score streaks. Looks like everyone, pretty close to ready once we jump into this Redwood S&D. Which of the players are looking at to really go big?
Probably Legal from H2K. Normally I would say Fizzerp, but he's been underperforming in the Search and Destroys. Over on TK, I'm going to be looking at Neslo again to have a big game.
Yeah, Neslo, very good player in Search and Destroy. On the side of H2K, going to be looking to see how Fizzerp puts that overdrive into use, as going to be Redwood S&D Game 2 between TK and H2K loading up now. If you're just joining us, TK winning the first map, so TK with that map advantage.
Yeah, of course. They were able to kind of surge in the late stages of that first hard point thanks to a massive kill spree from Neslo. He's able to earn full streaks. Actually doubles up on the Hellstorm missile there, but as we enter our first round, we got a Shiva with Fears, and we got a Shiva with Fizzerp. So 2 Shivas on the side of H2K. Let's see how they can put this weapon to use.
And you expect that these are 2 players who are going to use the Shiva. That's why they protect the Shiva. See Fizzerp on the bridge, trying to get some shots down. As soon as Sharp wins that gunfight versus Lacefield, he comes around the corner, challenges that next player. Somebody's gonna.
What?
Why would you challenge that Gunjar? Not a smart play right there. Fear is able to even it up.
Yeah, certainly a questionable challenge there from Gunjar. Your teammate just died from Fears. You know he's got a Shiva. As Shears, if he doesn't fall into the water, he's actually going to challenge his player over near the stump. Legal knows these players are weak. He's going to be able to trade to kill on the Nestle. Swaps to his M8. Does spot out Theory as well. Taking some fire. He's weak. Just going to try to reposition. Might try to grab the bomb, but Theory's in hot pursuit. You see where he's located here as he's able to close out the round for TK as they win their first round on defense.
Big gunfight here by Theory in this first round. Obviously able to win this 1v1. I thought Legal actually probably could have stayed behind. I'm surprised Legal actually didn't see him jump to his right.
I do like that challenge from Theory.
Yeah,
Clearly, Legal was not expecting that to come in.
Yeah, I did not think that Legal expected the Theory to just kind of push him, especially after he got him weak. And let's go on with TK on the offensive side of things. What do you think they'll do?
I just want to see if anybody's using a Shiva. So no Shivas on the side of Team Kaliber. I think it's just going to be a straight up B hit. They got trophies here to kind of protect them from any incoming nades on the side of H2K. Gunjar is going to challenge the Shiva player once again, but he's able to soak up some shots for Sharp to move up. Neslo opens things up first blood onto Fizzerp, as Sharp is going to be pushing up over towards the bomb site. He's got the bomb in hand. He's got some cover from his teammates, and he's just going to immediately lay it down.
He's going to be EMP'd, so they know he's actually getting the bomb down. They're going to jump up, challenge this gunfight right away. Sharp's able to win that one on Legal. You see Fear's going to trade that out. It's going to be Gunjar now jumping on top of that B bomb site. Going to be looking down towards that bottom lab. You got players looking over him. It's going to be Theory over on top bunker. He's going to be able to see one in top lab. And then there's going to be another player in front. This is a perfect setup by Team Kaliber.
Yeah, it looks like they will be able to close this out as Fears is left in a 1-on-3. Not a lot of time as well. Gunjar behind the bomb. He's able to spot Fears. Fears is actually putting some shots down over near bunker. Neslo challenges in as CK win their second round. But I just want to touch on what Sharp was doing when he was playing the bomb. You saw him kind of crouching up and down, and his screen kind of turned towards left. That's so he could spot if anybody from H2K was going to challenge him from bottom left. Really smart play from Sharp. If anybody from H2K did decide to peek out and challenge him, he'd be able to just crouch back down, drop the bomb, stop planning, and be able to return fire. But going to this next offensive round, you still have H2K with their dual Shiva setup. No smoke grenades from them, though. So they're choosing to use just 2 EMPs. They have a concussion as well as a Semtex. We'll see once again if the Shiva can have an effect, as it's going to be TK being a bit aggressive on their defensive round. Legal in first blood. Fizzer's able to follow it up as Gunjar with the trade code. Gunjar actually finds 2, as it's going to be Legal and Lacefield both falling. Fizzer's here trying to trade the kill out, but is just going to be forced to back up for the time
being. And the bomb
as,
is down. It's such a bad spot, Revan, on top of those stairs.
Yeah, it's a little tough for Fizzerp to kind of push up with the Shiva. Getting a little too close for comfort there, but Fears was looking over middle map. He's going to choose to back up, regroup with his teammate Fizzerp. They still have some time to work with. but they need to start making some plays happen.
And Goon is actually going to be pushing up directly to the score. He's going to have both players in front of him. Goon's getting really aggressive here in the S&D. You see Theory just trying to go on this long flank. Knows
Do they
both
pick up
players
on
are going to be
this?
over at B, and he's actually going to be just sliding on over, and it's going to be both players from H2K going to go over and challenge. He has to know both players are around.
Get out of there, run.
And he's going to try and run away. Not able to do so as Fears cleans it up.
Yeah, I love what H2K decided to do right there. As soon as they spot Theory on the map, they stop the bomb plant. They group up and they fight the 2-on-1 here. Fears with some good timing as Theory was just kind of looking to run behind both players. Was almost able to make a play happen, but so far I think the story of this search and destroy is Goonjar making some aggressive pushes. You know, maybe trying to find some timings to exploit, but nothing going his way just yet. However, TK, they still have a lead. They're up 2-1 as we move into their next offensive round.
They're going to try and push this one over towards B. B seems to be the bomb site that everybody loves the most on this map. We see some A plays sometimes, but it's going to be Legal and Fizzerp in the kill feed first. For H2K, it's going to push Goonjar down into the water. He actually saw one player challenging over on Rock. Theory's going to get some tags on a player in mid, but he's going to get pushed. It's going to leave Goonjar the last one alive here for TK as H2K looks to tie it up.
Yeah, great bait from whoever that was over near middle map. I think it was probably Fierce, just drawing the attention from Theory away so that his other teammate can just swoop in from middle map and clean him up from the side. So it's going to be H2K able to tie things up here thanks to some stellar teamwork on their side. TK unable to trade the kills out in that round as Legal with the round-ending kill cam right there. And, you know, when we talk about kind of third perks that these players are using, you know, obviously they want to use that Silence, Blast Suppressor, but, you know, you got to throw Tac Mask in there because the concussions make it through the ban and protect process. So, you know, what do you prefer to take out? You know, do you stick with Blast Suppressor, Dead Silence? Do you take out Dead Silence?
I think you got to go Blast Suppressor, Dead Silence.
Okay.
I think you'll take the risk with the stuns. You see Lacefield winning one. He puts a lot of nice shots in that other player on the B bomb site, and he's going to get out alive. You see Legal on the chase. Oh, Lacefield wasn't sure which way to go there. I thought for a second he was going to fall off, but it's going to get the bomb down. You see Fierce sit up in water. He's going to spot one to his right. Going to put down some shots with the Shiva. Now just going to back down. Neslo has the chance to make a big play here for TK. He's the player who needs to strike first.
Comes right behind Fears. There you go. He finds the kill for TK as he pops out. He's going to challenge this player on the bridge. Not finishing the kill just yet, but he puts some good shots down to him. He will get challenged, and he cleans up Fizzer. Now looking around for some more players, as it's now a 1-on-2 for Lace. He'll make it a 1-on-1 as he takes down Goonjar and Neslo. Rough situation for him, but he knows Lacefield has to check the bomb. Spots him here. Lacefield with some good positioning, and Neslo wins it. The 1v1 closes out for his team as TK retake the lead.
And he's going to get an HC out of the process as well. So Neslo on 3 streak, going to get the HC. Then now only 200 away from the dart. Now he went big in game 1, starting off pretty hot here in game 2. Neslo's on fire.
Yeah, Neslo kind of carrying that momentum forward from the big the big hardpoint game he just had. Is able to win the 1v1 here on Lacefield. Lacefield was left in a 1v2, but there's more than enough time left on the clock when he took down Goonjar that he was forced to check to see if there are any diffusers. So Neslo kind of playing that information as he's able to catch Lacefield checking the bomb. But now Neslo with the H6D. Looks like he might choose to use it here as TK. They're going to be gearing up for an A push. Looks like Neslo's just going to be watching the flank maybe. Well, who's it going to be trying to open things up for first blood? Looks like Goonjar will peek first.
He's going to spot that one player all the way in the back.
Nice.
Rock. That's going to be Fears back there. Fears was not able to connect with anything.
And Sharp's already pushed up this far.
Yeah, Sharp on that lower wall run was able to just get a nice advantage point there on Fizzer. And this one looks like a round. TK is going to win pretty easy. It's going to be Lacefield, the only one alive for H2K. He's just going to run. He's going to try and go all the way on the flank. There's going to be a player waiting for him there. It's going to be Neslo. So Neslo's going to pick up another kill, get closer to that dart.
TK are looking great right now.
Yeah.
They're looking like completely different from what I've seen from them in the past. You can clearly see that they're putting in the time to get better at least search and destroy. The hardpoint was a little close for the majority of that time, but looking really good, especially against one of the stronger S&D teams in H2K. Slipping through these guys. It looks like they still have one Shiva in play. It's going to be in the hands of Fears, but Overdrive almost available for Visor. Heatwave now available for Lacefield, and Legal has Camo to work with.
The Shiva hasn't made much of a difference at all in this one.
It did early on, but
It wasn't
clearly, like,
you were picking up kills, but it wasn't
yeah.
resulting in round wins for
Yeah.
H2K.
Legal on the flank. While watching his flank, does spot out some TK players, but he's going to get traded out here shortly. After actually turns around with the RK5. Maybe an opportunity to pick up that kill, but Fizzerp, he's going for the bomb plant, but Goonjar, watching that site, is even going to challenge Fierce here, and Fierce is going to get swarmed in by TK, as now they're 1 round away from closing out. If they win this search and destroy, is this a 3-0 for TK?
Crazy. I think it might be.
I mean, they would be moving into a respawn after this.
This TK team looks great tonight.
Yeah, I mean, their teamwork is on point.
This is what's been frustrating around TK. Some nights they look great. Some nights they can't win anything. Right now, they look very, very good. Goonjar and Neslo especially, both playing well.
I mean, Theory really doesn't have much to do. Because
No.
it's gonna, Neslo and Theory or Neslo and Goonjar, sorry, they're picking up all the kills on the map. Looks like Neslo might choose to use the dart here, as his teammate Goonjar are probably using the H60. Yeah, they spot this player out over near the A-bomb site, so they know where he's located. And Sharp's able to get right behind him. Great wall running by Sharp as he's continuing the push forward. In fact, he might find one more, but Neslo does die on the flank, but he's able to get his dart out just in time.
Sharp goes on the long flank. He's going to see this one player there. Legal's actually able to pick up a kill with the HCXD. Actually does not spot that player. Looks right behind him. Legal actually spot that one player all the way. That Goonjar wins a huge gunfight there. Able to take Legal out up close with the M8. Now I was not.
They need to get closer together.
Shocked that Goon doesn't go and just get the bomb down over at A at that point.
Oh, no.
He's actually going to go by B. And
this could be tough because Sharp's pretty far away.
And Lacefield has that heat wave. Does he just pop out and elect to use it?
I think if he does spot a player here, you gotta. You're 1 round away from losing this search and destroy. Anytime you could get put in a position, but the vision pulse comes out. They know where Lacefield is. They might have actually tagged up the other player in Fizzerp. Lacefield gets spotted. He's getting tagged up. Does spot this player near bottom left. Pops his heat wave, and just in range is going to be Sharp, as it's all down to Goonjar in a 1v2. Lacefield is able to clean him up. H2K survived for at least 1 more round. I expect to see Lacefield get this defuse, unless he's working towards another HC. Looks like that might be the case, as Fizzerp, he's going to be the one with the defuse, and he's going to get closer towards that overdrive. He'll be around a little more than a quarter of the way there, but big play from Lacefield. That vision pulse gaining some key information for TK, but that heat wave securing a kill here as Lacefield outguns Goonjar after this.
Yeah, once TK used that vision pulse, he pretty much needed to use heat wave. There was no real other option he had. No, he's got players pinching him from both sides. Like the use of the heat wave there by Lacefield.
Yeah, especially because they're 1 round away from dropping the map. You would hate to see them lose the map without using that heat wave, but Lacefield making plays for his team. He's got the HCXD in this upcoming round. Throwing some EMPs out, and he's going to go ahead and deploy it here. Knows he tagged up 1 player over near the site. Just kind of looking to see if he could find a kill. Trophy sense is being laid down as Fizzerp going back to that Shiva. HCXD trying to close the gap here, and he will find the kill there on the Sharp. So 2 drop early on for TK. Things looking good for H2K, but Goonjar responds by taking down Fears.
In theory, gets a big 2-piece. It's going to be Legal, the last one alive here. He thought H2K had the round in their favor, and it goes the other way in a matter of seconds. Goon picks up 1. Theory with a big 2-piece. And then Goonjar here in your final kill cam puts it away as Team Kaliber takes map number 2, Revit. They are looking good tonight.
I mean, H2K, they protect the Shiva, but they don't really do too much with it.
No.
Definitely something you might question. Maybe they start to go away from the Shiva, but Theory, pretty quiet throughout the majority of the game, but he comes around in that final round, picks up 2 key kills for his team. What was that, like a 3-on-2, a 4-on-2 situation early on for TK? Things not looking good. Here comes Theory. He swoops in, finds 2 as they close out the 2v1 TK. They take Search and Destroy versus H2K.
Throughout the entire thing, though, it was Neslo and Goon. Those 2 guys really the difference makers for TK. And it's kind of, I don't want to say the same thing in the respawn because Goon wasn't right there with Neslo, but Neslo these first 2 maps has really been a prime time player. We'll take a look at the stats.
Maybe Neslo's the X factor for TK.
It definitely looks like it at this point. When he's playing well, and now you get Goonjar playing well also, this team looks like they can contend with anybody. Take a look at the scoreboard here. It's going to pop up in just a second, but anyone on H2K really stand out for you with like a good or bad performance?
I mean, they all played pretty average in my eyes. I would expect Fears and Fizzerp to have a bigger impact on the game because they were the players using the Shiva. I mean, sure, they're getting some kills very early on in the game, but Now, aside from that, like you said, no major impact in Gujar, man. 11-5. Nezlo right behind him at 8-5.
Yeah, Gunjar's really good at this game. Like watching him a lot. A very consistent, very talented player, and you see Nezlo putting up some big numbers. That Theory only finishes 3 kills. 2 of them come in that final round, but cannot ask for 2 bigger kills. And good to go into a fringe uplink game with TK has a chance to close this series out 3-0.
This would be a huge 3-0 for TK as well. Yep. They really desperately kind of need a win, but that it was also going to drop H2K further down the standings. A team, they're one of the only undefeated teams at the beginning of stage 1. Then they lose like 7 straight.
And I tell you what, with the TSM win tonight, this loss would even hurt H2K even more. I think this is a must-win game for H2K, and to find yourself backs against the wall this early, not good.
Can you tell me the teams real quick?
I will tell you the teams real quick. It's going to be Black Ops for TK. Right, it's going to be CDP for H2K. So we're going to get a switch on both of these teams. Revan will just
so many Ks, man. I just get confused.
I know. Just so many very similar team names. Is there a team you favor on Uplink, and then is there a team that you favor on Fringe?
I favor kind of H2K a little bit in the CTF. I think that's kind of been like their best respawn game mode that I've seen from them. But TK, of course, a very solid CTF team as well. But in Uplink, H2K, they've looked okay. Not that great in this game mode. Obviously, respawns are their kind of weaker game modes. Their search and destroy is the strongest, and that's why, this series now kind of flips all the way around. I thought H2K winning the hardpoint, okay. TK winning the hardpoint, not too surprising, But the search and destroy, that one really surprised me.
Yeah, and I think H2K is a team that obviously, they have very good gun skill and whatnot. Uplink is a game mode that is really all about teamwork. A lot of teamwork in Uplink. Obviously, you got to figure out where you want to rotate with the drone. Obviously, one player, when they have the drone, it's not like CTF where they can still shoot, kind of defend themselves. Going to need a lot of help. And I think that's where you really start to see the better Uplink teams kind of separate themselves from others in the teamwork department.
Who do you think is like the best Uplink team in the game? Rise?
Rise just got destroyed by Optic.
Oh, did they?
Rise just got destroyed by Optic. It was 3-0. It wasn't in any close.
So Rise against Optic, at least in online matches, they're 0-10.
Yeah, they haven't won a map against them. They won a map against them online.
Wow.
Crazy to think about. Rise is a team that's won both of our LAN events. They're in the top 3 in the CWL. Very talented team. Just can't seem to win a map against Optic Gaming online. We can jump into the Banner Protect phase. So it's going to be map number 3 here between TK and H2K. There you see the Shiva Protect yet again. Didn't make much of a difference in game number 2. We'll see if it comes up big here in game 3.
Yeah, they'll have a bit more interactions here on Fringe than they did in the Search and Destroy. So we'll see if it has a bigger impact because of that. The smoke screen's going to get banned out, as well as rapid fire, high caliber. So now we start seeing some of the usual suspects get banned out here. Anything else you expect to see? Certainly overdrive has to go, maybe overclock as well.
Overdrive is definitely going to go. I think overclock probably goes as well. Stuns, flashes, those are 2 we see go quite often. Afterburner goes, that's quite interesting. So obviously, moving down tracks, being able to hit some of those 1-point throws, going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, for sure. Overclock those still in, and there still is room for both tacticals to get banned out here. But one will make it through as Overclock gets banned up by Theory. We'll see what Fizzard decides to go for here.
Kinetico, maybe? Kinetic or Camo?
Camo.
So Camo's going to be the last one. So
what do you find more annoying, getting hit by a concussion or getting hit by a flashbang?
Ooh, flashbangs in this game are very tough.
Well, I'm that guy that uses flashbangs, man. And in all my online matches I play, I rock flashbangs because I know it annoys the heck out of my opponent.
Oh, yeah, flashbangs are definitely difficult to play against. I think if you actually had to choose to only ban one of them, I think most players would actually ban the flash over the stun. You're going to see Blazefield and Neslo take Heatwave. We got like a mirror image of both teams just on both sides.
Scythe versus Annihilator.
Scythe versus Annihilator.
Heat, Annihilator versus Scythe. So it's going to be a mirror matchup at the end.
Yep, mirror matchup, the end of things. Annihilator on both sides. Fear's one of the better players with it. Let's see if he can make an impact with it. Then Theory's going to have it for TK. The way Neslo's shooting, I'd give him an Annihilator, man.
I'd give him a Tempest.
Yeah, something along those lines. Well, could you have fit a Tempest into this? Could you see a world where, we don't have a Heat Wave and we have 3 weapons and 1 ability?
I would not like that setup. I would like the Tempest over the Annihilator. I think at the bare minimum, you want at least 2 abilities, just because you're going to be earning them more and more. And you know, how many times do we see abilities just make clutch plays, like game-winning plays on the back of these specialist abilities? Sometimes you'll see a big play come out of the weapons, but more often than not, it's on the back of the ability.
Yeah, I think the weapons are great for when you're trying to push up or you're trying to lock down a base and you need to get those 2 big kills, and you're able to just pop off 2 shots with the Annihilator real quick, or, you know, able to take out 2 or 3 players with the Scythe fast. I think that's really what you're going to use the weapons for. The weapons aren't going to be used to make those game-winning plays so much, as that we have seen it before, but I think the abilities definitely going to be huge, especially, you know, something like Kinetic when you have the drone in hand, or you need to win
even
1 or 2
Heat Wave as well.
Heat Wave as well in Uplink we've seen make some huge defensive plays. And then I think, you know, Camo, very underrated in Uplink.
Yeah, fortunately, Camo gets banned out here.
Yeah.
The reason Camo gets banned out is because, 1, you're invisible. They can't really see you too well when you have Camo. 2, the main reason is you don't have auto aim when you pop the Camo. So you're carrying the drone, you get the armor boost, you feel pretty safe, then you pop Camo. Players are trying to aim at you. They can't really get kind of like a good aim.
It's very difficult to target that player in the air without the auto aim. Obviously, you know, the player's just kind of flying around, going towards those goals, trying to put in those 2-point plays. And it's going to be Fringe Uplink loading up now. Do we see a sweep here, Evan?
I think it's looking very good for TK to sweep here, but if we're thinking back to just last night and their match against DT, which is certainly a weaker opponent than H2K in my mind, TK goes up 2-0 versus DT. They drop the next 3 straight.
Yeah, that's a tough loss last night against DT. I bet you they'd love to have that one back, as, you know, they win that one, and then they
for sure
do win this match. No, they'd be right back in the thick of things.
All right, so TK looking to close out the series. And, you know, if you're TK, anytime you're in a position to close out the series early, that's exactly what you want to do. So I think we could both agree we're probably looking for another big game from Neslo. He's just been playing so well this entire series, and he's going to be swapping over to the M8, and for good reason. Fringe, a good map for the assault rifle play with the Shiva getting protected. I just want to flip through. So you got Shiva, M8, VMP, M8. So only 1 Shiva here. As unfortunately we weren't watching Neslo, he got taken out as the first blood in this game. Sharp.
Yeah, Fizzrop's going to actually pick up a second one as well. Fears with a third, and this is going to be H2K. Moving the drone up the map. I think it'd be huge for momentum to get a first score on the board.
Yeah, Neslo just trying to slow down this push. He does get a good line of sight on the drone carrier, but doesn't finish a kill. Finds 2. The 1-point toss comes in from H2K, and I think that's kind of like the best case scenario for TK right there. You knew that H2K were going to get a point on the board. Better to limit it to just a 1-pointer as opposed to a dunk. But I was looking for kind of like a more explosive start from the guys over on TK. Because now they have some position to work with, but Gunjar's unable to get anything done over near Grandma's. Now Neslo fighting from train tracks. They just need to find their way to win these slaying battles against H2K, and then find some position after that. Neslo with a big kill there on the Fizzer.
Yeah, and a 1-point throw is not really much of anything with the kills that H2K was getting, right?
Yeah.
They got pretty much a 4 dead almost at the break and only get 1 out of it. I'd like to see them at least get 2. You see Gunjar and Sharp picking up kills in the kill feed. Going to be Fizzer rotating over towards tracks. Has some help with Legal there. Now the drone's going to be down the middle of the map. Don't think anyone's going to be able to pick this one up. Should be reset.
It seems like TK are a bit too focused on the train track side of the map. Now, every time off respawn, they kind of push tracks, and then they're met by the Shiva of Fizzer. I think this might be a good opportunity for them to maybe kind of utilize the back alley side of the map. Maybe negate the effectiveness of that Shiva, just try to push through there, or even to have the drone carrier kind of bait a rotation out from H2K, and then toss it over the wall as your teammates push through tracks.
Oh, without a doubt. I think a very smart play there. Now you're going to see Lightsfield with the drone. In auto, going to try and go back alley with it, and actually that's going to get shut down. Oh, and somehow manages to get by one of the players on TK. He's going to double back. This would be incredible if if he's able to convert this into points somehow. It'd be amazing, but everyone in his team dies yet again.
Nobody from TK's watching this. Just tosses it for yards. Really, Lacio making
the fact that he was able to that he was even able to do that is kind of scary.
And now Neslo with control of the drone. It looks like he's kind of hearing me. I'm communicating with Neslo telepathically. He's pushing up through the back alley. His teammates, they got forward position to work with outside of auto. They're set up near Grandma's. Theory's putting pressure on the spawns. You got Sharp here kind of holding that close angle. Neslo's going in for the dunk ban as Sharp trying to pick up the kills. Oh, he's unable to get it though. Sharp here to try to keep this push going. Goondrop falls as well. They don't even get 1 point on the board. It was looking like that was definitely a guaranteed 1 point toss if you let that go. Unfortunately, being a little bit greedy for that dunk, but now Sharp's starting to heat up, man. He's on a 5-kill spree, and he also has kinetic armor to use here. Yeah,
I think he's got to play for a streak. So drone actually not off the map just yet. Now it's going to get reset. Pops kinetic armor. He's going to jump over the top. He's going to be able to pick up one. Sharp set up to try and spawn kill these players on H2K. Be huge also if he was able to earn his streaks. He's 50 away from that lightning.
Yeah, that's definitely something that can help out TK here, but a pretty low-scoring uplink game for the most part. Both teams with opportunities to put points on the board. As it's TK kind of fighting from their base, aside from Sharp, as he earns himself the lightning strike as well as the Hellstorm missile, now working towards the Cerberus. These are certainly streaks that can kind of swing momentum in TK's favor. As he's going to turn around, he's going to find one H2K player in the back, takes down Fizzerp as the Cerberus is earned by Sharp. He's now on a 9-kill spree. Doesn't look like he's going to be slowing down anytime soon either, but the drone, the objective, that's what you're playing this game mode for. It's not team deathmatch.
As crazy as it sounds, Legal is on an 8 streak at the same time that Sharp is on a 9 streak. Sharp finally gets cut down. Legal streak actually just keeps this at a 1-0 game. If not, I mean,
okay, no Cerberus though.
This is one that TK is able to break open. Yeah, no Cerberus for Legal, so it's gonna get everything but the Cerberus. You see, Fizzerp actually jumps over one. Nesso's actually gonna
reset your armor.
Yep, still got a lot of time. You see Fears with the Annihilator. He's able to pick up 2. Can he get a 3rd? Not able to connect with the shots, but you see the Heat Wave not going to fire a bullet. He's going to get both as well. Fantastic use of Heat Wave by Lacefield. It's going to be a 2-point play for H2K.
This is gearing up to be an explosive finish for the guys over on H2K as they're looking to put more points on the board. This is looking good for another dunk. He actually passes it forward, but his teammate dies, so they don't actually get any points there as Fizzerp easily could have gotten that 1-point toss in. Instead, it's going to be TK. They make some clutch defensive kills at the end of side 1. Neslo's just trying to buy time off the clock. He could go for the drone reset if need be, but it's not looking like TK kind of want to push forward on the map. And luckily for TK, they have Sharp fully streaked out here, so this is definitely something that's going to help them in the second half, but you need somebody to help out Sharp with Slang. Never thought I would say that about TK, but, you know, Sharp, the lead slayer here at 16 and 8, he's got the most kills in the game. As he's on I think TK, they're kind of all right being down 0-3 here, not the biggest of deficits. Definitely could have been a lot worse.
If Sharp is slaying like he is, this is one that TK needs to win. You don't get that many games from Sharp where he's going to have the most kills in the lobby. And right now, Sharp is just absolutely dominating. Really needs one of his teammates to step up in a big way in the second half. And we'll see how that Cerberus affects the game when he likes to use it.
I mean, maybe, well, who is it, Legal with streaks for his team? Would it be crazy to use the Hellstorm missile to maybe weaken or take out that Cerberus?
No, I would not be opposed to that. Well, what do you think is more powerful, especially on this map? Do you think that did he use the Cerberus in the last round?
He just called it in now.
Oh, he just called it in now. Sorry. I did not see him
He
call
called
it
in at his base as well. But this is a good start for TK. They find 3 quick kills. Sharp is going to spot the 4th player here. He's actually able to take him up. So this is a good opportunity. He's actually going to call in the Hellstorm missile to try to find these H2K players off respawn. Picks up at least 1 with that, as it's going to be Nuzzle with the dunk. This is the start you needed from Team Kaliber, as now they bring it to within 1 point. But it's going to be a
You'd like the Cerberus to be a little bit closer if you're TK.
I guess it can watch the overextension here. Not completely useless.
It's been completely useless up until this point.
Yeah, so far it has been. Is this true?
Now I'm just looking for it on the map. It actually gets taken out. So it does nothing.
Yeah, that's rough if you're on the side of TK. As the lightning strike gets called in, Lacefield just kind of settles for the 1-point toss, but kills being traded by both teams. TK, they had really the best start you could ask for, but now they are fighting from their base. They're rotating back, trying to regain control as they push back through auto. Sharp surging forward at 2010. The Cerberus is actually still on the map, so there's still opportunity for it to do something. Yeah, sometimes it just does that. But Lacefield with control of the drone once again as H2K pushing through tracks.
He's going to reset his armor, going to try and get back into barn and go the opposite way. See TK players just swarming in. Lacefield's going to be the only one up. Yeah, he's just buying time. He's just trying to waste some clock. He's going to try and get this one back alley. See, very interesting. He's actually going to toss this one off the map. But
just buying a lot of time.
Is he going to force spawn the rest of his team back alley? You're going to see Legal come in with the Hellstorm, not able to connect with anybody. Theory stays alive with it. Now he's going to go back towards this mid-street. You see Legal, though, winning some gunfights. Sharp, though, able to take him out. It's going to be Theory making around the corner. This is one that could at least be a 1-point play.
Yeah, Sharp needs to find some crucial kills here to help out Sharp. That's what?
He threw right over the top.
That is so rough if you're a TK fan. So many times these uplink games come down to if you can hit your 1-point tosses or not. That was a very easy toss from Theory. Just throws it wide over the goal. As Neslo trying to do whatever slaying he can, the drone will get tossed for yards. As 3 go down momentarily for H2K. So TK can kind of rebound after this. You're looking for Sharp to get some big kills right here as he's continuing to put up such an impressive performance here on uplink. As he's not slowing down anytime soon, man. He gets another one here on Lacefield.
Sharp's got to be heated. I mean, his teammates and needs one of them to really pick it up. Lacefield really struggling on the side of H2K. I mean, 6 and 15. It's a guy who's put up some explosive slaying numbers. Really struggling in this one.
And Legal still has this lightning strike as well as this kinetic armor. Players starting to drop for TK. Almost 4 down, but Sharp managing to find a way to stay alive. Just trying to keep this push alive for Team Kaliber. He's about to get some help. Gunjar takes out his sight here. As 2 go down for H2K. Gunjar with the sight. He's going to escort the drone carrier and Neslo. They got one more player to get past, but it's going to be the lightning strike. It's called in from Legal, and it stops that push right where it began. A big score should come into play from H2K. As they slow the game down, they stabilize, and they regain control of the drone.
So now you get all the streaks off of Legal, but I feel like at least Revenue TK, they put a lot of good pressure on this H2K base. If H2K keeps playing like they are a little bit slower, this is one that TK could actually end up taking it. You see Lacefield throwing the drone for yards. He's got one big gunfight here to his left, not able to win it. Now TK gonna reset that drone. I would not have been opposed to see them actually run that one out of their base.
I mean, yes, TK, they've been putting good pressure on the H2K, but they haven't been able to get points on the board. And when it comes down to it, that's how you need to play uplink. It all comes down to who could score the most points. Of course, as Legal picks up a big kill here on the Gunjar, TK need to find a way to convert on their scoring opportunities. They could easily be in the lead right now if they hit their 1-point shots.
Oh yeah, and you see Legal just crushing 2 players mid-map. He's really been the answer for Sharp. Gunjar in a nice spot over by Bricks. He's going to see 2 players over on fences. Nice. Make it 3 dead for H2K.
Right
TK
here.
needs to make something happen here. This is the game. You're going to see Gunjar turn to his right. He's going to put some shots in a teammate, and it's actually going to be Theory.
Reset armor,
Able to make it out alive. He should reset his armor. They should bring this one outside barn.
Sharp with a beatdown to Legal. Theory yet to reset armor here. This is something like the whole reason why you want to carry the drone is for its armor. Gunjar trying to get some slaying. You need to hit this 1-point toss there. If he had his armor there, it might have had enough time to buy to get that toss off.
Yeah, not a good play right there from Theory. He had a ton of time, all the time in the world to reset his armor, and for whatever reason, just doesn't do it.
That is rough, man. Theory maybe just not thinking of the play as that whole kind of series developed, and Lacefield, even though he goes 8 and 18, I can think of so many times where he's just ran time off the clock just by playing around with the drone.
Yeah, and H2K gonna extend the series to at least a game 4, one that TK would probably like to have back. I feel like they had control of that one.
I mean, look, you think of that push they had on the first side, going through auto when they wrapped it around. They go in for the dunk.
Yeah.
They don't get any scores there. That could have been a 1-point toss. Then you think of Theory's missed opportunity, not at the end, but a bit earlier in the round, where he's kind of alone back barn, throws it over the goal.
Yep.
That's 2 points. Then Theory forgets to reset his armor. Could have had a 1-point toss there. Those are 3 points, and those 3 points mean TK wins the game.
Yep. Means the series is over.
But instead, we're going to game 4.
Probably not what TK fans wanted. They want to see them put it away in 3. Kind of get shades of last night when DT started to make the comeback. Take a look at the scoreboard after this game. I think Sharp really the player for TK that stands out the most. Legal on the side of H2K. See if anything else stands out to us in the scoreboard. So you get a chance to look at it. But those are the 2 players to me that really just made the difference. When you have that good of a game out of Sharp, you got to win it.
Yeah, you can't waste a good performance like that as we switch over to the scoreboard. 30 and 20 from Legal, 8 and 18 from Lacefield. Rough game, but you know they win it in the end, so you can't really criticize them too much. But like we were saying, Sharp 33 and 17. Nobody else positive on the side of TK.
Yeah, and you see, Lacefield with a very tough game. You don't see many teams that
gets
win.
all the points.
You don't see many teams that win with something like that. Yeah, he gets all their points, I guess, but a very slow-paced uplink game where you didn't see a lot of scoring going to result in an H2K win going into this next one. It's going to be CTF on evac. So this one, H2K could potentially win towards the game 5.
I think both teams are pretty good at CTF here. I'm not sure if I favor one over the other going into this game mode, but I think TK, kind of like the same situation of Luminosity, right? It's that 5-2, and then you start to think back to what happened in the previous day. You're like, guys, we were just up 5-2. We choked at TK. We're like, oh, God, we're up 2-0. We just lost another map. Are we going to choke it again?
If TK loses this one, I think H2K wins the game 5.
Yeah, you don't want to go to that final search and destroy. You were able to steal one earlier in the series. You don't want to see S&D again.
No, and I think it just kind of brings back bad memories for TK, right,
Yeah.
of last night. I don't know how this team would kind of bounce back from that, going to another game 5 after being up 2-0.
I mean, I'm actually thinking back to a previous CTF I saw H2K play where Fizzerp just completely took over the game. He went on like a massive kill spree, went like 20-8 or something. So I think...
Is he who you're looking at H2K?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be looking at Fizzerp. But as we're about to enter the ban and protects, I don't think TK are really worried about the Shiva too much here, or are they going to be worried about it?
I don't think it was a big player in either of the matches that it was in. I think HARDPOINT on evac, obviously, you weren't going to use the Shiva. Makes it very difficult. I think CTF on evac, I don't know if you're going to be able to use the Shiva either.
Will probably be used maybe on the defensive end of things?
Maybe. I mean, maybe, H2K just kind of protects it to leave it in just to kind of throw off TK a little bit. And you're going to see Goonjarp get rid of Afterburner there first.
Funny, normally it's H2K who bans out that Afterburner perk, but TK going after that here. As Fizzerp, that leaves them an opportunity to maybe protect the Shiva. I think that's something that they might be discussing here. On the defensive side of things, when you're playing near the back helipad, or even over near like the back laundry building, sure, the Shiva could find some kills there, but instead he goes to ban out Overclock. So really the only viable first perk left is going to be Black Jacket.
I think you're going to want to get rid of Overdrive. Yeah. Obviously, we'll see Overdrive be gone. I think we see High Caliber Rapid go as well. There you see Overdrive leave. I think High Caliber and Rapid make the most sense, unless they want to protect the Shiva. This is the spot that they would have the best opportunity to do it. We're going to see Rapid Fire go. So what that tells me is that they don't use one of those first two on the Shiva, that it's not too big of a deal.
So if, let's say, Rapid Fire or High Caliber, hypothetically, if either of them made it through this ban and protects, would it favor either of these teams?
No. I don't think it does. Do
Okay.
you?
It's definitely a tool that both teams can use, as both will get banned out here along with Camo. I was thinking maybe Rapid Fire could help out like Nezo and Sharp in those close range encounters, but then you also, on the other side, you got Legal and Lacefield could use it as well.
We've seen some nice things with Kuda Rapid Fire.
Yeah.
When it's
even the Pharaoh Rapid Fire.
Pharaoh Rapid Fire we've seen on this map as well. The Pharaoh at range can be a very good SMG. Last two players waiting on Sharp and Lacefield to cast their votes. Kinetic goes, so you're going to have 3 abilities go. Then the MR6 goes as well, which I haven't seen make a big difference in this game at all.
It certainly can have a big effect on the game, but we won't see it have a chance here. So now we move into the specialist draft. I think a 2-2 split will be more than fine, especially with
what do
3
you do,
abilities.
Vision Pulse?
Vision Pulse, yeah.
And Heat Wave?
Yeah.
Yep, then you see Vision Pulse on Fizzer. Scythe on Goon.
Scythe and Annihilator or Tempest.
Yeah, Fierce goes Annihilator. Yep. Then what does TK end up with? I can see them going
Theory
Vision
probably
Pulse.
picks Annihilator.
Oh, okay, so Annihilator, then Sharp goes
with
Vision Pulse.
Vision Pulse, yeah.
And this is going to be a Scythe by Legal.
Everything mirrored
then,
so
Heat
far.
Wave, yep. Heat Wave, yep. And then this one
Show
should
me
be
Vision Pulse.
Could potentially go like Psychosis, but I think Vision Pulse definitely the better option.
Show
for Sharp.
me Vision Pulse.
The weapon? Vision Pulse. No, yeah. Should have stuck with my gut there. Definitely knew he was going to go Vision Pulse, but both teams kind of mirror. Well, they are mirror images of each other. Any team you give an advantage for in CTF?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, going into this, I think it's pretty even between both these teams. I think, once again, whoever captures the first flag is going to have a big impact on who we see win. But as we enter the creative class process, because these tacticals make it through, I think you got to run
you're running Tac Mask. Yeah, of course. I think Tac Mask is definitely a must.
Especially if you're going to be a flag runner. You don't want to get slowed down by those tacticals.
That is something we've seen, at least in the past Call of Duties, that has really deterred flag runners, where you get the flag, get a few dead, and somebody off spawn throws the stun back to their base. You get hit by it, and then you never end up turning it into a capture for your team. Definitely think you're going to see a lot of the players running Tac Mask, especially with, both of the perk 1s affected. I think you definitely have enough slots to go with Tac Mask.
Yeah, you might not even see Flak Jacket used by these players.
I don't think so.
I mean, sure, the HC makes it through, but I mean, for the most part, they're probably not even going to use the lethal grenades either.
CTF, I don't think nades really come into play as much.
I think aside from the break, maybe we see them with a break-off class, but later on in the game, probably not going to have a major effect.
No, I think nades is something that's great for S&D. It's very good for hardpoint. I don't think you're going to see anything like that in uplink CTF.
Let's say off the break, like, what if you have everybody in your team just run a double nade class?
I don't. How many kills are you going to pick up with it? 1?
Hopefully at least 2.
I mean, if you don't pick up 2, you're probably going to go 4 dead, and then they're just going to run the flag the other way. Get a shot there at the H2K guys. So the better young talent we have in Call of Duty.
Well, for sure.
I think you're definitely see the guys like Lacefield and I know Fear's legal around for a long time. Fizzer's been around forever. It's just a very solid team.
Yeah.
Trying to force a game 5 here against Team Kaliber. Team Kaliber goes up 2-0 tonight. They lose game 3. Last night they go up 2-0 and then they lose 3 straight to DT. Can we see TK close it out here, or do we kind of get a little bit of a flashback to last night?
Hopefully not for TK fans out there. They desperately need this win just to kind of end the week on a good note and start to climb their way back up in the standings. This would be a big win kind of for both teams, as we were saying. H2K, they want to get further and further away from those relegated teams, kind of solidify their position going into the Stage 1 playoffs. TK, they also don't want to get relegated as well. They kind of want to turn things around. And the man I want to start things off with here has got to be Sharp. Had an amazing game there on Uplink, but unfortunately TK, they wind up losing that, which leads us here to CTF.
And I tell you what, they get a good game out of Sharp in this one. This is when they got to win. He played out of his mind last game. See how he starts in this one. It's going to be 2 dead off the break, and they know where one player is. Sharp's going to be able to take out Lacefield. This is one. He's got to win 1 gunfight on the flag. He's going to win that fight against Fears. All he has to do is get in the kitchen with it and should be a cap.
Oh, this is looking very good for TK on the cutoff side of things. It's going to be Theory locking that one down. Sharp's back has been watched. Now come up through the middle of the map. Nezo has to get this cutoff. A big gunfight went from Nezo as TK. Not even a minute play to CTF. 40 seconds. They already got a cap on the board. Big play coming out of Sharp. Outgunning Fears there on the flag peg. Running it out. Great cutoffs from both Nezo as well as Theory to give Sharp the safety he needs. And now I fully expect to see him just play for these streaks.
Oh, he needs to get these streaks. I think if he does get these streaks, it'll be very difficult for H2K in the remainder of this CTF. You see Nezlo, some nice shots there on the Fears as he's attacking towards that base. I think they know that Sharp's playing a little bit more defensive. They don't want to push in here and just give him some easy kills.
Yeah, they know he got the flag cap, and every time you see somebody, a player get a flag cap, that's going to be like your priority target to take out.
So he's able to win 1, not going to win the second one.
That's
so he's going to get stopped close to streaks, and you see, going to be Lacefield able to get the flag.
Oh, you can't let him get away with this.
Oh,
you can't let him get away with this.
Who's the one player? Go behind Theory. Who's the other player in the middle of the map that's going to come up behind him? Nezlo
he just runs right up the middle of the map.
Nezlo went directly to his left when you knew the flag was going back towards the middle, and that is a mistake you can't afford to make.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. That is just poor defensive play from the guys on Team Kaliber. Lacefield was all alone. He was the furthest player pushed up, and now he's
There were 3 players coming off the spawn directly to his left. There's no excuse for that to be a flag cap.
So, I mean, TK, they have a brilliant start off, and then it all kind of falls apart. Lacefield needs to get taken out here, and he pops his heat wave, gets taken down by Theory. So 2 go down for H2K. TK with an opportunity here to maybe push forward. As Fizzerp falls, that'll be 3 down momentarily. Theory's going to use his HCXD while Sharp tries to make another play on the flag. Sharp falls. HC just trying to find some kills to try to aid this TK push.
And it's going to actually be able to pick up Fears with the HC. He doesn't open up anything for his teammates, so it's going to be 2 players playing base defense for H2K. Theory going to be able to take out Fizzerp. Just going to wait up in kitchen. See if he can pick up some more kills. This is where you start to see the game slow down. Now we're going to see.
If only TK did this, you know, a minute ago.
Yeah, you see Theory, he's going to jump out, try and peek. Now you're going to see 3 dead for TK. Nezlo doesn't leave his base. Now probably going to push up over here on the event side, trying to pick up one of these kills a little bit further out. He's going to get some shots down on one player. So, what the hell was that? Not able to take out anybody. Lacefield able to win that gunfight, but just now you see the plays start to slow down here in CTF.
Yeah, and Theory just gets obliterated by Fears right there as TK trying to hold on to their base. They need to pick up these kills. They need to stop this push from H2K. Gunjar with the ICR in hand. He finds one. Another player on the flag. It's going to be Sharp now trying to trade the kill as H2K continuing this push forward as 4 go down for TK. Fears with the flagpole, and immediately you see Neslo overextending for TK. A desperation attempt. He does have Heatwave here to maybe aid the push, but he gets shot down as Fear is getting closer and closer to running this flag, and it's going to be Gunjar here trying to follow it up. He's unable to find the kill, but TK, they're going to make a play out of it. The Annihilator from Theory finds 3 at the base of H2K. Can he get the 4th? The Heatwave gets popped. He's going to re-challenge with the Annihilator, but in the end, he might be able to get away with this, and he's going to start running it away.
You talk about hero plays with specialist weapons, and potentially you don't see them too often. Right there, you definitely saw a big play out of Theory with the Annihilator. Picks up 3, almost able to pick up the 4th. That would have been by far the sickest play. And see, Gunjar, he's actually behind enemy lines. He's going to get some shots down now. He gives away his position. I don't think he's going to be able to get this return, but if you're TK, you will take a stalemate going into the second half.
Yeah, that was not looking good for TK as all 4 went down. Neslo on the overextension just bought enough time for his team to kind of rally the troops and get closer together to get that return, but now time's starting to wind down here in the first half. Fears does find 1. There's still an opportunity for both teams if they both make kind of clutch plays here to get their flags returned. Neslo will back up, give his team some help on the Fears, but on the other side of the map, it's going to be Fizzard pushing up this lane, has Vision Pulse, but he gets taken down, so that's 2 dead for H2K. As Neslo falls, trying to go for the return, we will go into the half at a 1-1 tie, but man, you talk about that hero flagpole from, I believe it was Lacefield, responding from TK's early cap. Absolutely just maybe crumbling defensive play from TK, but thankfully Theory's Annihilator comes up clutch. He picks up 3 kills at the H2K base as they force the stalemate.
Now, Theory, he really playing well here. 14 and 6. Look at the rest of his teammates just lagging far behind. Theory really keeping them in this one. And then on the side of H2K, 13 and 6 out of Legal. Good plays out of him. You saw nice flag run by Lacefield. He's going to drop here the early stages. Sharp trying to put some shots down long range with the Kuda. Not able to finish those players off. All right, now what do you need to see out of TK here in the second half to close the series out?
I did like their break off here. They all kind of push out the same lane, so worst comes to worst, they trade the kill and they win one whole lane on the map. They can kind of push forward after that. Big kills here from Neslo as he finds 2, forcing H2K to rotate over. And, TK, I think their teamwork is pretty good right now for the most part. They're waiting for each other before they push up and try to make a play over on the other team's flag. Gunjar trades the kill here on the Lacefield. He has a scythe now to use. He does wind up falling as Sharp trying to make the play happen. He does find 1, but without team support, he just needs to wait and hold this forward position.
Yeah, he just needs to pick up some more kills. That would have been a big gunfight if he was able to win it. Then you think some teammates get over a little bit closer, actually try and make a play on the objective, and see Lacefield just kind of clearing out his base. Gonna have one gunfight here directly to his left. Misses a bunch of shots. You're gonna see Neslo and Goon both winning some gunfights, and you're gonna see Legal though picking up a big 2-piece. One player seems to have gotten by towards that flag, and it's gonna be
look
Neslo.
At those spawns, that is rough, man.
And you gotta be prepared to shoot there.
Yeah, H2K just getting some fortunate spawns, able to shut down Neslo, but TK, their aggression has been much better than H2K's, at least on this second half. They're just really trying to find that angle to make the flagpole work, and maybe Theory can find the opening here along the wall run.
He knows there's one player up in vents. He's going to take out one. Now has to jump on the player above him. Not going to win that gunfight versus Legal. Now, both teams really have not gotten anywhere close to getting a somewhat of a good push, right? Where you can see some players getting 3 dead, and then you can see a setup kind of happening.
The furthest player they've had push up is Legal right now where he is. They've really just been focused on their base.
Yeah, which is weird. They kind of seem like they're playing for an OT at this point almost.
Yeah, just kind of covering all lanes. It seems like almost they're waiting for a 4 down for TK. As 2 go down, you should see Legal maybe start pushing up these lanes. They're pushing up the left side of the map. It looks like that's going to be the choice for H2K as Lacefield and Legal, they'll be left behind to play base defense.
You're going to see the Vision Pulse popped here from Fizzer. We're going to get an idea where these players are hiding out in the TK base, and it does not matter.
Yeah, now Fear's the only one to continue this push, and Lacefield and Legal, they're pretty far away. They can't join the party just yet. As now it's the complete opposite of what we just saw, where H2K were playing all in their base. Now it's all of TK playing in their base. So things really starting to slow down here with 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining.
And you see a gunfight go down at the top of the screen. That's going to be Goonjar winning that one against Lacefield. That's why you're going to see Legal rotate over towards the mid here, but nobody going to push up for Team Kaliber as they're losing some gunfights in their base, going to have to fall back.
I mean, honestly, if I'm somebody like Theory, clearly I'm having success on this map. Maybe you just play for streaks. Try to get that lightning strike, the Hellstar missile to be the catalyst to get that push going for your team.
If you're TK, you don't want to go into an OT.
No, HT is just... It's tough to win consistently because you get one bad play, one misrotation, and you lose. That's it. As it's going to be H2K, they're going to get a push going. Legal's able to get this flag out, but it stopped. The flag is reset. 3 go down for H2K. Fear's the last one up. Trying to put pressure on this TK flag, but doing it all by your lonesome self is going to be a tall order as Sharp takes this opportunity to gain some map control for TK. He's going to pop a vision pulse of his own, but that's going to let H2K know where he's located. And he doesn't
even tag anybody with it, so doesn't gain anything from it. Gonna put some shots down on a player to his left, not gonna win the gunfight to his right. Now it looks like H2K just gonna be able to play a good defensive stand on their base. Goon wins 2 gunfights actually, so Goon potentially opening this up for some teammates, but he needs Theory to get over there fast. Theory's gonna win the gunfight in the back. This could be big. You need Goon to go big, win this gunfight on Lacefield, but it's not enough time. It looks like Goon pulls out his scythe here.
He's dead.
He is dead.
Questionable use of the scythe, trying to use it in an offensive manner. I think the Annihilator in a situation like that, much better. You want to save the scythe for those clutch defensive kills you need to make, but players starting to drop for TK. Fierce is going to pull this flag away. Theory with the angle does pick up the kill. The flag falls off the map, is immediately returned as time's starting to wind down here. Only 25 seconds remaining in the second half. It's looking good that we might see an OT. Assuming that this player, Neslo, can't make a heroic play for Team Kaliber.
He would essentially have to kill everybody on H2K within the next 3 seconds to pull the flag. I don't think it's likely.
Unless he has a teleporter to get on the other side of the map. I'm going to agree with you here.
Nope. They are taking way too much time. Goon's going to fall off the map. Going to go into an OT with this one tied up at 1 flag apiece.
Scythe, no vision pulse, no Annihilator. Couldn't see the heat wave for the final player on H2K, but we do know that Goonjar will not have a scythe. Sharp used his vision pulse earlier in the second half. So abilities and weapons kind of scarce on both sides going into this overtime. And no, this might work out for TK kind of because now they're going to be on the side where they got that very early flag cap in. Maybe they try that same exact break that they just did.
I mean, you might as well. It works so good for you that you're able to.
And now you have the Annihilator to help out.
Right, you're able to win this opening break. A square flag within the first minute, then you have a really good shot of winning this, obviously. It's going to be Theory playing over on Catwalk. Neslo worth that first blood. Now you just have to move up the map as a team, pick up some more kills. This would be a big gunfight. You're going to see Sharp
2
win it. Now it's going to be a 3 dead. You're going to have to push up the map, though, as a team. You see the one player Theory going to sit all the way in the back. You're going to need him push forward if you're going to try and get this flag out.
Goonjar trying to find some kills over on the platform. That's going to leave Neslo near the back helipad. He finds one, can't get the second. Also had Heat Wave there to maybe help him out a little bit, as now Theory is going to be controlling the glass lane.
If Theory is there with him, they potentially score that flag.
But he has an H6D maybe to help out. They do know that Theory's pushing up this lane on the map. Being a little bit sneaky for the time being. Might get caught out by these H2K players rotating back. With the Kuda, close range engagement, he's going to find the kill on the Fizzer, but immediately you see H2K rotating back to take care of Theory, just trying to buy time, waiting for his teammates to push up, but nobody in position for TK. They've certainly been able to get in position and start the pushes, but when it comes to following it up, after that initial player dies, that's where TK have been lacking here.
Yep, not many good team pushes by either of these squads. This CTF, you're going to have a lot of pressure going down on kitchen side. Goonjar putting down some shots, not able to take anyone out. Theory's going to pick up 1. Goon going to get a lot of tags on this player up top. Fear is able to win that gun engagement, but nobody in position to make any play on the other person's flag.
Yeah, both teams just approaching this overtime very slowly. 2 go down for H2K, so yet another opening for Team Kaliber to maybe find position over near the H2K base as Legal picks up a huge 2-piece there on Sharp and Theory. Neslo will back up, just shuts him down from pushing him further up the lane. Still has his heat wave available as he responds with a 2-piece of his own.
But there's still nobody over near that side of the map for them to make.
It's still like they're fighting for mid-map control.
Yep, it's going to be Light still picking up 2 in the middle of the map. You're going to see Heat Wave come in. He is going to get dropped very quickly. And, you know, Revan, this is a tough one to watch because you're not seeing either of the teams really make a good effort to make a play on the other team's flag.
Yeah, they're playing it so safe and
they're
so
both playing
slow.
Scared. They're both playing very scared. They don't want one person to kind of sneak by, and I totally get that, but both teams just playing very slow. Then when you see them, try and push up towards, the other team's
Things
flag,
are getting
try and make a
interesting
play,
right here.
they're not able to do so. And here's the best attempt that you're going to see.
Fears just kind of hanging back. Now they know where he is. You need to swarm in on Fears. There we go. He falls. 2 remaining players for H2K. Goonjar is going to be in position to make some key kills over at his flag. But H2K looks like they're setting up for a return kind of mid-run here. They know where Fizzerp is. Neslo does win that. Also has Heat Wave, but he gets taken down. Does the return come in? It's going to be Theory trying to keep this play alive. Legal with the scythe, and Goonjar just too far away. The return's going to come in. That was looking very good for TK, but Legal forced to bring out the scythe. He makes the clutch kills happen, gets the return, now trying to translate into some offense.
Yeah, it was a good play to use that vision pulse by Fizzerp, and then obviously, Leo with some good use of the scythe. And now you're going to see the flag in the hands of H2K. They get shut down pretty quick, though. Fears and Fizzerp still there, attempting to make something happen. Looks like the flag going to go back to base. Going to get returned. This player top AC. Fears wins that engagement versus Nizlo. Fizzerp with the flag, and now you're going to see the flag being down on the other side of the map. Sharp gets taken out. This is one that you could potentially see.
You got to run. You got to run away.
You got to run. If you are Theory, you are not going to win that gunfight in the back. And this is one that it looks like H2K should be able to put in. Sparks like crazy. Neslo wins a gunfight, though. Has to challenge. Fizzerp just elects to try and run towards the other way, and he's going to drop. You're going to see H2K put a flag in 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
I wonder if Neslo uses Heat Wave at the end there. That is certainly something that could help them out going into this final overtime round. But 3 minutes, 45 seconds. That's a good chunk of time TK has to work with here. And, it's not going to force H2K to be defensive. That's certainly not the mindset they kind of want to take going into this next overtime round. Because if y'all just kind of hang back in your base, it's just one good push from TK and that's it. But Fizzerp, he's got streaks. Looks like he's working towards a Cerberus as well. That could really slow down any push from TK.
I think TK needs to win this opening break, and they need to get this as fast as possible. You see, Sharp has Vision Pulse. Why would you use the Hellstorm here?
Maybe just gain information. I think the Lightning Strike ping would have been a little bit better. I think the Hellstorm great for just stopping a flag run.
Doesn't make any sense.
Maybe used it for the Cerberus. Try to pick up a kill with that.
That's true. That's probably the one you wanted to get. He's 25 away from the Cerberus, but I don't know. We get the Cerberus, so he gets EMP'd out all the time here. He's going to Vision Pulse up top.
There you go.
Then go and challenge, so he's going to win the gunfight anyway. Now, let's see. TK needs to be a little bit more aggressive here, right? We're seeing H2K move up and take most of the map.
Yeah.
TK is the ones that need to be aggressive. Fizzerp just absolutely crushing right now on a 6th Street.
And he's just going to call the Cerberus back at his base. So TK, they're going to have to try to find a way to deal with this. Now, moving to this TK players. Okay, so you got Vision Pulse from Sharp. That's certainly something that can help, as well as the Annihilator. 3/4 away towards the Scythe. Maybe you get that. And then does Neslo have his Heat Wave? No, so he did use his Heat Wave in that first round of overtime.
If you're TK, you push up. I mean, look at H2K. They're just turtling inside of their base. You pick up a few kills. This is one that you can run away with pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly kind of run away from the Cerberus,
Yeah, well, it's just every time that TK moves up, it's H2K the ones that are picking up kills. TK
I think
just
maybe you send somebody to sneak around from TK. I think they're a little too worried about somebody from H2K that they let push through a lane. And then they're like, oh, God, we just need to pick up this player. Okay, I'll rotate back. I'll shoot him in the back, when maybe you could have snuck around, played for a sneak pull. Your teammates have been picking up the defensive kills. I mean, Theory is almost double positive here.
Theory going to try and make his way down AC side. He's going to get cut down by Legal. See, Lacefield's going to pop his Heat Wave. He's going to be able to get a flag pull now.
Now TK's on a timer.
And, yep. TK going to have to get on the overextension pretty quick. This is where you're going to see Vision Pulse come in from Sharp. He's going to be able to win 2 big fights. This is where TK needs to make a play.
You got to go now.
They're going to get the flag. Let's see what they can do with it. It's going to be a big gunfight in the back. Actually, Theory wins a big one against Lacefield. Flag should be returned here if you're TK. And oh, what was that?
Everything falls apart for Team Kaliber at the end.
That was played poorly.
What could have been a counter cap opportunity for the win to close out the series. Instead, H2K hold on. It was looking very good there for TK at the end. Sharp with the Vision Pulse opens it up with 2 kills. And then they just start to trade blows back and forth as H2K. They stop TK from getting the return. They get the return themselves as they put it in.
I don't know how they don't return that flag and make a play. It's 3v2. You have Annihilator out. you've used Vision Pulse. Yeah, Theory picks up 1 with the Annihilator, and somehow we don't get a return. Like, it's a 3v2 on the flag. I believe they actually kill 1, so essentially it's a 2v1 or a 3v1 on the flag, and they don't return.
I mean, in theory, he goes 37 and 22. Nobody else remotely close to being positive on the side of TK.
He crushed.
Once again, Slang comes into question for this TK lineup, and once again, they go up 2-0 in a series. They lose the next 2 maps as we go into Game 5 here.
I have no confidence they're going to win Game 5. No confidence they're going to win Game 5. I'll say right now.
Going to be Stronghold Search and Destroy.
I think with the way last night went and with the way this TK team has kind of like been mentally, I just don't see it. I'd love to see them win this Game 5 because I want to see them make it to that top 8. TK, one of the best organizations we haven't caught.
Yeah.
But they're just not looking good right now. You take a look at the scoreboard. 37 and 22 from Theory. Now, you know, nobody even close to him. I mean, Legal is 33 and 17, but on his team, nobody really close. Had a very good game, but some odd plays by TK.
Yeah, for sure. They had multiple opportunities to close that game out. I mean, I'm thinking back, 40 seconds played, TK caps the first flag. Then a couple seconds later, I believe it was, I think Glacefield just pulls the flag, runs right through the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Like TK just let him slip through. Some rough plays from the guys over on Team Kaliber, but they did win the first Search and Destroy in this series, but I mean, this is H2K's best game mode. You can't really...
And they have all the momentum.
Yeah.
They have all the momentum right now. Well, who are you picking in Game 5? I got to know.
H2K. I thought TK were going to be able to close it out earlier. They lose 2 respawns, and when you drop 2 respawns to H2K, like, you can't expect to win the series after that.
I completely agree. Especially being up 2. Yeah, the uplink is so close, kind of like
uplink should have been a TK win. This should have been a 3-0.
TK win. I mean, yeah, they had that game in the bag. They just kind of gave it away. That one, I mean, barring some like weird plays, some weird decisions, they should probably, I don't want to say win that one, but they're definitely like right there. It's a much closer game.
I mean, look, if they stop that first flag cap from going in from H2K, potentially TK win it.
Yeah.
Shiva gets protected here. Love it from H2K. Another map where the Shiva can have a pretty big effect. We saw it in the last Search and Destroy. Didn't really do too much. So let's see if they put it to better effect here.
Do you like the Shiva use on Stronghold?
Yeah. You got a guy set up near half wall.
Yeah. Half wall and over towards Snow. You're looking in top mansion.
Yeah.
To see High Caliber go.
Of course, you can't let... what if H2K, they decide to protect High Caliber with their next pick? You got to go ahead and ban that out. The Shiva with High Caliber, one shot, headshot, you're dead.
Yeah, and then you see Thermal go at the hands of Lacefield, so it's going to take it out of the hands of Theory if he was potentially trying to snipe. We see a lot of players snipe on this map with Thermal on defense over at the B-bomb site. And even on offense, we see players go over towards Bunker, trying to hit that shot over the trees over towards the mansion. Then you see Kinetic Armor. It's going to be the ability banned out here, so you figure, something like Overdrive or Vision Pulse probably takes that place.
And now, with the Thermal getting banned out, Smoke Grenades, of course, going to be a lot better. The Frag Grenade will get banned out from Theory. Rapid Fire still in play. Concussion, Flashbangs, all still in play here.
Rapid Fire no longer in play. And you figure these last 2 potentially, Overclock, stun, splashes.
Overclock Flash.
Yeah, something along those lines.
I think Sharp goes after Overclock.
I don't think we see another ability. There's no reason to give it a camo or anything along those lines. I think you're pretty good on that front.
We'll see what these guys decide to do. It's going to be Semtex from Sharp. So,
is Legal try and change things up with maybe like a stock or...
Oh.
Okay, so the SVG. So
as well as Overclock.
Yeah, you might as well get rid of Theory, kind of take him out of that sniper play over on B.
Okay, we'll see how that has an impact on the game. So both lethal grenades getting banned out from the guys over on Team Kaliber. So no flak jacket necessary unless the other team has an HCXD. I still think you kind of want one kind of safety flat class just because it's almost guaranteed somebody's going to earn an HCXD at one point in time. As a Vision Pulse Heatwave picked up by H2K, Heatwave Vision Pulse.
First 2 to go. I actually thought for a second with Overclock in, that Fears might have risked it and went Annihilator. We've seen him run Annihilator before in S&D and it hasn't made a difference at all. But
remember back at Totino, Slack makes a huge play with Annihilator?
It's true.
I still think there's room to experiment with at least one specialist weapon in Search, but you just earn the ability so often. It's kind of like you get one use out of the weapon, or you could use 2 abilities.
It's true, but an Annihilator in S&D would be pretty powerful.
Going to be
Pretty
a
powerful.
mirror matchup here in Game 5. Guys, I need to hear your thoughts on this matchup. We saw TK yesterday in the same exact situation up against DT. They win the first 2, lose the next 3. Are we going to see the same thing here?
I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked, but I think H2K I don't want to say has this one in the bag, but I think this is one that
Certainly favors them.
definitely favors them, yes.
Not only do you have momentum from the previous 2 maps, Search and Destroy.
I feel like TK has had so many tough losses during the season this far.
I mean, it's like, wow, you know, the first 2 maps, they look great. You're like, okay, this is the TK we've been waiting to see. They've turned things around. They fixed their issues. And they let it slip through their fingers.
100%. I think I may have even said that when we were casting. I was like, this is the TK team you expected, right? You know, Neslo was playing like lights out early. You saw some good games out of Gunjar. We had an amazing uplink out of Sharp. And then, you know, great CTF out of Theory. The players just playing well and just not resulting in wins. Something just definitely wrong with this TK lineup right now.
I mean, they put themselves in a position to win, but when it comes time to close out the series,
these are series the old TK closes out 3-0, 3-1.
Yeah. TK could have realistically had a 2-0 week here.
Yeah.
Instead of being 3-10, they could have been 5-8, and they're right there in the middle of the pack.
They're right up there with like H2K and TSM and them. So this is a week that TK would probably like to forget, especially if they lose this one. This one would be a pretty difficult one to swallow. Players just editing their score streaks right now. I'm going to say this is like a 6-3 H2K game.
Sorry, it would have been 5-9. It had to be an even number.
Oh, okay. It's going to be like a 6-3 H2K.
6-3 H2K. I'm going to have to agree with you there. I do think H2K will take 6 rounds. And I think they will close out this final match.
Wow, what are you saying the scoreline's going to be?
I think it's going to be 6-1, man.
What?
6-1 H2K. I'm losing faith in my TK brethren.
All right, I did too, but not to the effect of 6-1. Map loading up now. You get a good look at that A bomb site. That's where the B bomb site will be. Now, see a lot more players put emphasis over towards Mansion now. I think at the beginning of the game, a lot of players just started to push up towards that B bomb site. Now we're seeing a lot of issues, a lot of stuff going down over in Mansion.
Well, it's important to establish early control in Mansion, right? Because you could be mobile between the 2 bomb sites. You still have that option to go to either A or B. And you can kind of play in the rotation from the other team. So it's going to be Fears using the Shiva on the side of H2K. Let's see what he can get done with this.
And he's going to watch the overextension over by Bunker. H2K looks like they're going to try and set up for a little bit of a mid-B push here. Not be surprised you see Fizzard with the smoke. So we'll see how they elect to use that. They could potentially smoke off that side of Mansion door. You're going to see he's going to toss it up over towards that B bomb site. It's actually going to get destroyed by a trophy system. So quite interesting there, and the smoke not going to make any difference.
I mean, I do love the use of smoke grenades, but you got to kind of worry about your placement as he peeks in towards top match. First blood going in favor of Neslo. It's going to be Lacefield here trying to trade it out, but fighting up against 2 players is going to be a bit tougher. While Fears laying down some covering fire with the Shiva, just trying to pre-fire and anticipate where these TK players are going to go. As TK, they're off to a good start. 4-on-1 now for Fears. I don't see TK throwing away this round.
No, not at all. I think this is one they definitely win. Good to see Fears with the Shiva outside of Mansion. Not a lot to work with here. Don't really want to push in, give Sharp his 3rd kill of the round. That would be a bad, even worse way to start it. And Gunjar just searching through the middle of the map. He's going to be able to take out Fears. Going to put TK at 1-0.
Okay, so off the back of first blood, H2K are unable to trade the kill out. And TK just picked them off kill by kill. Good start from TK, but this is more of a defensive favored map for Search and Destroy. Pretty tough to plan at either of the bomb sites unless you get early control over near Mansion. So that's going to be TK. Weren't they just... Oh, no, never mind.
No, yeah, I don't know what you were talking about. Yeah, I thought
they were just on offense.
Nope.
I was like, oh.
Nope, Fizzor tried to smoke.
It's been a long night here on the secondary stream.
Fizzor tried to smoke up the map, and they were not able to do anything there, Revan. So
yeah, nobody even gets a kill from H2K in that first round.
No, they're going to give up top Mansion right away here to Sharp. Going to play a little bit further off here. See what Neslo looks to do. He's going to just peek over the top, see if there's any players playing on that B bomb site. Going to try and push up, going to get tagged from his left. going to be a player in bottom mansion.
boy.
He is flashed out of his mind. He cannot see anything. Running around the middle of the map. He's stuck on a rock. Fizzard picking up 2 kills there. The bomb, though, goes down at B in the process.
Yeah, that's exactly why I use flashbangs for that exact play right there. Sharp gets traded out by Fears. It's up to Goons right now. He is in the position to cluster round out, but H2K not going to give him the opportunity as Fears will get the bomb defuse. He's getting closer towards that HCXD. His teammates are probably going to be hunting out any trophy systems that TK would have thrown on the map. As Fears just waiting until maybe that 10-second mark just to safely get this bomb defuse. Good uses of flashbangs. I believe it was Fizzard using those. He's able to pick up 2 in that round. Fears gets the other 2.
Well, now it kind of forces TK to at least think about making tac mask classes, right? If they're going to push up that middle map back over.
Hopefully they
well, I mean, having a tac mask class available, then you're going to try and go back over towards that B push. And you see Fears going back to the M8, going to win that gunfight. Maybe, you know, the Shiva just not working for them tonight.
Yeah, I'm surprised they just protect it, and then, you know, he's not able to really do much with it. Well, he doesn't do anything in it in the first round. Maybe they go back to it here on offense. Just flipping through these players, no. So, I mean, the Shiva, yeah, not being used here. And take a look at Fizzard, man. He's using Tactician. He's got 2 flashbangs and an EMP. So an EMP to throw along the wall, take out the trophy systems, flashbang to bypass the trophies and affect the players on TK. So there you go. EMP to kind of lead in over towards Mansion. Flashbangs now following it up. Doesn't connect on anything just yet as H2K looking for that opening kill.
And I love the idea of the extra tacticals. So obviously, you know, Fizzard very good
at tables
with the tacticals. You see, he's going to toss this one over. He's going to get some shots down on the player on the B site. It's going to force that player out. It's going to get rid of the trophy system now, but H2K moving up the map. We talked about how defensive side of this map is, Revan. Where would you like to see them attack? You think B is the spot to go to now?
Yeah, as soon as they get control of like that top mansion area, you could safely try and get that bomb planter or at the B site. Fizzard will spot one, but an aggressive peek from him. Now Lacefield's under fire. He's forced to kind of take some cover near top mansion, but Fears is putting himself in a position to win the round, just like you saw Gunjar. He's in charge of watching that bomb defuse. Does see one player on the bomb. He's going to need some help. He's under some heavy fire, just kind of peeking back and forth. It's going to be Lacefield pushing forward. He finds 3 in the round, as now it's him and Legal versus Sharp. Legal's there to trade the kill. H2K with a big offensive round win.
And you see Lacefield get an HC in the process, and I really think Fears, though, wasting that time. You know, He was doing a nice job peeking out, putting down some shots, getting behind cover over on half wall, giving his players a chance to make a play, and right there, Lacefield makes a big play.
You know, look, I would love to see teams on the defensive side on this map start to use smoke grenades. For that sole reason is if you cut that choke point off, that line of sight, right in front of the B bomb, it makes it a lot tougher for that player to safely kind of shoot you off the defuse.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if they throw a smoke down, you can't see that from half wall. You're just going to get that diffuse.
Yeah, especially with no thermals in sight. Sure, they can kind of blindly fire through, but unless they're super familiar with that line of sight, they won't get it. Let's switch over to somebody on the offensive side of things. It's going to be Sharp as he's leading in with some concussion grenades. Bomb going right through bottom mansion, taking some fire. They're clearly attacking the A-bomb site, but a lot of cover here for the guys over on H2K. Legal with first blood. He takes down Nezo. TK now trying to trade the kill. Gunjar does spot one over near the staircase, but Lacefield takes down Theory. It's going to be a clean round for H2K as they go up 3-1.
The flashbangs again. You saw, I believe, Sharp, the last player on our screen here. Yep, gets hit with a flashbang. Can't see anything, just kind of stuck along that wall.
You see his character, man?
Yeah.
The flashbang dance.
Yes. I guess it's something we can call the flashbang dance, but it's going to be H2K taking a 3-1 lead. Let's actually go through some of the classes on TK for a second. See if anyone switched over towards Tac Mask. Nope.
I honestly don't think that one person did. Nezlo.
One person has.
Nezlo's prepared.
You think with you know, those 2 rounds, I don't want to say it being decided by the use of flashbangs, but definitely
one
has been
certainly
a big part. Yeah, one certainly. You might want to think about going with Tac Mask.
Fizzard now looking for the opening kill. He's got flashbangs. Just kind of intro in, just to check. And flashbangs have a pretty big radius as well, so you could clear a good area by throwing those out. Doesn't spot anything near tables, but there's one player near behind this bomb site. He spots him out, gets some early shots down. And once again, once you force this player Theory off the bomb site, even though he doesn't get traded out, Heatwave also gets popped by Lacefield. Don't think anybody there.
No, that player got into bottom mansion before it could connect with him. So Lacefield burns that Heatwave. You'd definitely like to have it back. And when Fizzard put some shots on that player, I think somebody else needs to be just jumping around the corner with him to be able to actually finish that kill off.
Now Leesville taking fire. It looks like they kind of had that plan in mind to go hit the B-bomb site. Now it's going to be Legal trying to trade onto Neslo. Looking good for TK to win their second round here. It's a 1-on-4. Make it a 1-on-3 for Leesville, but he's got to plant the bomb in. Still 3 players to take care of as 1 player coming around the back. It's going to be Gunjar closing things out here for TK as they bring it to within 1.
So I said 6-3.
Right now it's in the middle of both our predictions.
You didn't give a score?
I said 6-1.
Oh, 6-1.
Now, obviously that can't happen anymore, but still maybe a 6-2, which would be in the middle of both of us.
Now, so far obviously, we're about halfway through this game. What have you liked from either team on the S&D thus far? I actually have really liked the use of the tacticals on the side of H2K. You know, TK, they've done a good job of, holding their positions. I think, if they keep trying to make these pushes without attack mass, though, they're going to get stopped pretty easily.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. It seems like they're maybe relying on trophy systems to be the counter there, but then you got Fizzerp, he's using Tactician. He's got both flashbangs and EMPs. Nuzzle being the bait here near middle map. He's going to spot 1 player over near bottom mansion, maybe just trying to bait for Theory to jump across like he did, and I think it's going to be Fizzerp here just trying to spot. It looks like he did. Flashbang's coming in, and he's going to connect, but that flash bang not going to be effective on somebody using Tac Mass. Nezlo looking over his bomb planner as TK will get the bomb down here at B.
You see how big Tac Mask is right there.
Yeah.
I mean, Neslo, he stays alive for that sole reason. I mean, Neslo dies right there. That's 2 easy kills. You see Fears fly in. He's going to be able to pick up Theory. They push up Neslo off of bomb as well. It's going to be Lacefield trying to work with the rest of his teammates, pretty much all standing on this B bomb site. 20 seconds left. Going to have to think about getting on this bomb soon. You're going to see Neslo with the heat wave come flying in over the top. Can Neslo get the ace? He's going to get shut down by Lacefield.
Jump off the map.
At that point, just get killed or jump off the map. TK is going to win this one. Tied up at 3 rounds apiece. Team Kaliber.
Hey, Sharp has Tac Mass too.
Yep, he goes with it as well. Team Kaliber just cannot stop putting the pressure on H2K.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good here in the search and destroy.
They're looking very good here in the S&D. They need to close this one out.
Yeah. Would be a heartbreaking loss for TK. Maybe look for Theory to start to step things up. He's 1-5, but Nezlo having a big game, 6-4. Sharp also. As Fizzerp, he's going to choose to pop his overdrive here. But also overdrive deployed on Theory. They meet each other here in middle map, I believe. And Fizzerp comes out on top of that engagement. But Sharp is able to respond with the trade on the legal.
See mid-map just be completely open now as the players for TK playing over a mansion. Look at this. They're going to be able to just go all the way through bunker. And do you think they kind of flank over by mansion, or do you think they just sit in the back of TK's spawn and wait?
I mean, it's so kind of like nerve-wracking when you push out through bunker like that, because they don't know what we know, that there's nobody here from TK. If they find this opening kill over near Lambo, yeah, just trying to line up the shot. Does finish the kill onto Gunjar. And now TK, they're a little bit worried because they're going to get pinched up from both sides. You got Fizzerp hitting it from the front, but it looks like Nezlo just waiting around the corner. We'll find maybe 1 player here. Yes, he does. Nezlo looks like he was there, just trying to trade the kill out. Finally does on the Fizzerp, but it's a 1-on-2. The bomb yet to be planted, but as he clears out the A bomb site, he might put himself in a great position to clutch this round out. As Lacefield's going for the plan over at B, this is good for Nezlo. Let's see if he can close it out here. The bomb gets planted, does find 1, knows the other player planted the bomb. He's going to choose to back up in a 1v1.
Yeah, going up against Lacefield. Lacefield's a very talented player. He's going to back out. Going to use the HC car, so he's going to... Does Nezlo know exactly where he came from? And, oh, wow! Fantastic shots there by Nezlo.
I can't wait to see this again.
On a 3 streak, maps Lacefield with the VMP, gets the bomb defuse, 75 away from a dart. Big round for TK.
Oh, yeah. Nezlo coming up big. What was that, a 1v3 at the end there? Shoots the HCSD, knows it came around the corner. As Lacefield goes for the peek through the bush, Nezlo connects with the kill. A big round for TK. Now momentum may be back in TK's favor as they take the lead.
This would be a big round for TK. If they're able to go up 5-3 and go back on the defensive side, that would be massive.
I got to watch Nezlo. He's got the HCXD. He's got Heatwave also available to use. And Theory did burn his overdrive in the previous round, so not going to have that. Maybe until the later stages of this game. But TK just taking it slow. It's going to be the HCXD to spot information for Team Kaliber. Maybe he could pick up a kill with it. Spots 1 bottom mansion at the staircase. EMP's being thrown out by H2K, trying to destroy this H2K from gaining too much, but as they clear out the B bomb site, Theory should just go right for the plant here. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yep, they have the HC. Just watching over the top. I don't know how many players they actually spotted there. Theory's going to get tagged up. Lacefield's going to win one engagement versus Sharp, so it's going to give H2K the man advantage. And now you see the players on TK starting to back up over towards half wall.
Neslo should flank. He's got heat wave. He can come behind all these players, just kind of.
I think that's what he's trying to do. He might not get there fast enough, though. Goonjar now has to make a break
time.
over towards half wall. He sees nobody's on the bomb. Neslo, though, gets shut down on the flank. Everybody from H2K stays alive. It's going to be fierce. Defusing that bomb, going to tie it up at 4 rounds apiece.
Yeah, everybody knows that when you get that bomb planted over at the B site, you're going to be setting up for the half wall to get that line of sight. And, you know, H2K, they waste no time pushing forward, shutting down the half wall position. They take Goonjar down here in the round-ending kill cam. Neslo tried to make something happen on the flank. Unable to do so, as H2K, they respond as we move into round number 9.
Oh man, I think it's really going to come down to who wins one of these offensive rounds.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you are H2K, why not try something fast at the B bomb site?
Well, they do know there's a player there, so that could be their opening. And honestly, TK, they've been playing a player right behind the bomb site. If Fizzerp goes for the peek he usually does, like kind of through the rafters, as somebody kind of challenges from the front, that could be first blood for H2K right there.
And TK leaves bunker open. Just something we don't see a lot of teams do. You're going to see Fizzerp connect with players up there. Going to have tac mass though, so it seems like H2K just trying to figure out what the best plan of attack is here.
Yeah, they're looking for an opening. They could go along the wall run. They could run right through a bunker. But of course, it's never safe to do stuff like that. We could easily make that assumption. But Beers will spot this player. He's isolated over at the B bomb site. Good slide away. I believe that's going to be Theory getting away with his life. And Theory continues his struggles. But if he's able to find some kills here, these are the most important rounds of the game. He could just heat up. Going to be a big asset to his team as now kills start to be made. Heat wave gets called in by Lacefeld, finds one, but that's going to be it. TK, hold on. As they win their 5th round, they're now on match point.
They're going to have to win an offensive side, though.
This is true.
They're going to go back on the offensive side of things. Why don't we see like a bunker hit at a TK here?
I wouldn't mind that. Maybe you leave one guy kind of half wall just to be a
little bit risky, but you know.
Listen, if you want to
do some risky stuff to win, man.
If you want to be a consistent winner in search and destroy, you need to take some risks. I think if they had overdrive for Theory, that bunker hit looks a lot more realistic. Maybe even camo as well, just kind of lead out. Goonjar's about to have Vision Pulse. You still have Heat Wave on Neslo.
Nobody for either team has watched bunker. I mean, there's going to be Fizzerp going to be playing all the way in the back. He's going to be looking at that
spotting.
B, but
like if you do a camo push here, Fizzerp's dead.
Yeah, I mean, camo on Sharp, it's nowhere close to it, but he gets up in top mansion. I feel like TK is just not going to give themselves enough time to make a play.
Yeah, they're going to play together. They're going to play for the trades. As Theory slides over, once again, they're going to go for this early bomb plant, but he does not have flag shot. Of course, you don't got to worry about those lethal grenades. They got banned out. Only the HC. Bomb plant goes down. This is looking really good for TK. Neslo needs to put himself in a position to use Heat Wave, but he gets taken down. Theory falls after that. It's going to be Goonjar once again playing that half wall, but he hasn't been too effective near this side of the map. Let's see if he can find some crucial kills as Sharp, trying to play for his life, buying time for his team. Stop the defuse from H2K.
Goon's going to win one gunfight on that half wall side of the map.
He's getting pinched.
Yep, knows that there's nobody over on bomb. He's going to get flanked. Revan, we are going to a round 11 TK versus H2K, game number 5.
So they have overdrive, they have camo, they will not have vision pulls. Lacefield uses heat wave previously, and Fizzerp will now be 50 points away from an HCXC. So I think he's just going to switch to a trophy or an EMP class, try to get that HCXD early on. You've seen the TK players are not really running flak jacket, so you could certainly find a kill with the HCXD there, but they're also going to be worried about Fizzerp's overdrive. Where's he going to hit? Let me add up these kills real quick. So you got 12, 22, 27 to 9, 14, 25. It's going to be H2K, I believe, on the defensive end. Yep. So maybe we don't even
this
see
is going to
overdrive.
be so difficult for TK. I don't think you need overdrive at all. I think actually you save overdrive in case they get it down at B, and then you have to make a run all the way to half wall. Yeah, I think that's where you would save overdrive.
You still have heat wave from Neslo.
Could be make a big play on the flank coming through bunker, man. I mean, we saw that almost happen that one round. I'd like to see them try it again.
All on the line here.
They have lost one player every time they've gone towards B. They've done the same push every time.
Because they plant, and then they're not looking over each other as soon as that bomb goes down, so H2K get the initial kills. But It's going to be the bomb going down right here at the B bomb site. H2K gearing up for the push right now. The bomb gets planted. Overdrive acquired from Theory. He could pop it, try to get away. He's taking some fire, but he's able to stay alive for the time being. H2K now setting up their push. All 4 players alive for each team. Overdrive gets popped here by Theory as he's just looking to reposition quickly. H2K, they got to move. Sharp is going to be the first one to fall. Fizzard pops his Overdrive. He's trying to find some position to work with. It's going to be Netzel still with Heatwave. They're all playing
They're
for
just
this
going to try
half
and, they're going to try and just defend Goon at half wall. You see the players coming in, trying to push for H2K. Goon's going to be able to pick up 2. You have another player flying over half wall. Nezlo's going to be able to pick up 1. And this one should be it. Fear's the last one alive for H2K. He's able to get 1. Picks up a second.
No time. No
last
time.
player not is going to peek out. And it's going to be TK closing it out here in game number 5.
Why did Gunjar leave?
I have no idea.
I mean, Theory, even though he's 3-8, he's got 5 bomb plants. If you would have told me coming into this match TK would win, would lose 2 respawns and win the series, I would have called you crazy.
Yeah, crazy stuff right there. TK, though, able to win it 3-2. The game 5, round 11. They clutch up. You know, yesterday they looked bad, you know, losing those 3 straight maps. Today, they come up big. They win that game 5. Still not a great performance, but you know, they make that comeback after.
The big thing is they get a win. I think that's all they care about at this point. They found a way to win a match, and winning 2 search and destroys off of a team like H2K. TK, you got to be feeling pretty good after that one. Now they're 4-10. Still a lot of work to do, but at least they're no longer in last place.
Well, I believe DT is actually up against Complexity right now, at least 2-1. So we'll have to know what happens in that series. But there was a quick look at the standings. Guys, that is it for me and Revan on the secondary stream. If you want to check out more Call of Duty action, I believe the primary stream's still going on right now. Kaliber Parasite, twitch.tv/Call of Duty. We will be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. PST, with the weekly recap show. So see you guys tomorrow.